Right. What's up, everybody? How's it going out there? Everyone good? Nick, how you doing, man? Hopefully, I think I got it this time, y'all. Pretty sure everything is good to go. If you can give me some heads up in the comments, and I'm sure everyone's going to say I'm not on and I'm fucking, this and that and the other thing. But, so Nick, yeah, good. You can hear me clear. You can see the picture. Everything's good, brother. All right, George, everything clear? Everything good? Hi, man. Good to come out. Thanks for coming. Pretty sure I got it this week. Heads up. What up, Alan? Hey, on time. All right, cool, Biscuit. Thank you, man. Are good here. Thanks. Cool. I'm glad I got it. I got my microphone here in front. I got classy stand. I got a nice wood shim, custom cut with a knife and the clamp holding it up. That sucker is classic. All right. So yeah, we're here, and I'm going to keep posting the link here. Love to have some people come on and have some drinks and chat. And I think I actually didn't fuck up at all this week. Amazing. Yeah, I know. I surprised myself. Yeah, George, I hear you, brother. Last week's show was good. I thought when we were making it that it was maybe slow, but actually it was entertaining. And somebody mentioned I actually wrote a little article about it in on Altfeed, just about the pub, and somebody commented, I think it was Last Dance, that it was that's funny, Ellen, that it was just good to watch people hang out and have a conversation. So that's pretty much what we do here. Yeah, just a pipe, man. Although I have a big ass glass bong, I haven't busted it out in years. So maybe someday. Maybe I'm a little too mature for that these days. So just a small pipe. Thank you, Cup. I appreciate that, man. I got to figure out how I'm going to work this laptop with this stupid new microphone. Let's see if we can get everybody up here. So I'm going to try to pay more attention to the chat. I felt bad last time that once we got going in the conversation that I was just getting stoned and listening to everyone talk. So I think, hey, American, what up, brother? I think I'm going to be more conscious to keep an eye on you guys over here, because it sucks if somebody asks me a question or somebody else and we don't respond, because that's part of it. And when I used to be in, Troll Central, and as I still am when the guys do shows, I like it when they read my comments and respond. So I'll try to do better at that. It was a slow week on trigger warning. Nothing Tuesday or Thursday. And in fact, I don't know if Tuesday is dead or not. The guys used to basically go on. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a beautiful weekend here, 90 degrees, summer sun, just gorgeous. And anyways, as I was saying, Tuesday, they used to do the show from their, thank you, Alan. Yeah, it's closer. I used to keep the stupid microphone on top of the laptop because that's what it said it was designed for. Then I was doing some tests earlier this week, and I was like, fuck, I can have this thing much closer to my face, because I wasn't loud enough before. And Natalie's got the Blue Yeti, and she's fucking rocking and rolling with that thing. So I got to keep up with the Joneses, So what I was saying, Tuesday, they used to just do them from, their houses, and then Thursday they'd go to the studio. And now Tuesday might be out, but hopefully they get back in the studio on Thursdays, and Hayden does his rants, and Graham pops in and gives his little 1-2, and then he's out. So Emma, according to the Kaido, will die in Wano. Not sure what that means. Someone could explain it, or you, Emma. Emma, huh? Interesting. She's on Twitch, so cool. Those two pricks had to get a job because their benefits were cut. Okay, I hear you, man. Yeah, I don't know. Graham, job, not sure. Maybe he'll come on and clarify that for us. I put together some kind of a goofy picture of myself in a swimming pool, sitting on a Tyrannosaurus Rex blow-up thing with the tail coming out between my legs, like it was a large penis. My wife thought it was a good picture, so we used that for tonight. So I don't, Emma. I'm sorry. I don't read One Piece. Work. Game. Work. Hey, there he is. All right. Yeah. He's always working. In fact, the song Beyonce wrote is about Graham. About work. No. Come on, Graham, if you want. Or your wife, or your Mrs. Graham, whatever the heck she is. Doesn't matter. Sophie. Hey, let's call her by her name. That's always nice. All right. Brian, hey, my brother says picture is clear. Sounds good. He might come on, but once again, he has that issue where he's the only one on the screen, and he's like trying to fucking see everybody else. So he's watching the group of us on his phone with only himself on the screen when he's on Streamlabs. I don't really know what's going on there. Maybe Graham can clear that up, and that would be great if you could, because I love having my brother on. And Graham is on his way. Oh boy, we're going to have a big boy tonight. Right on, Graham. Thank you. Cool. And Biscuit, I saw you earlier, man. Of course, come on along whenever you're ready. American Rebel, you too. Anyone else who wants to get on here, please do. I know some of you aren't partial to coming on camera, but you just chill out in the chat. That's good. There's my boy down below. He's going to be up in a second after I post the link here. Cool. There's the link if anyone feels so motivated. And
Hey,
Biscuit,
don't look any better this time.
you look good, man. You look fuzzier.
What?
Fuzzier.
Oh, you mean hair?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, not the screen. Yeah, the
Oh
hair,
God,
but
I've spent over £200 to get this cut. I bought
Nice.
16 gig of RAM and a new graphics card,
Very cool.
and now it all works beautifully.
And this is still on your phone?
No, this is on my PC.
On your PC, yeah.
But my PC was crap. I had
Okay.
4 gig of RAM and absolutely no graphics card, just onboard graphics.
Right.
But now I've got everything.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you never wear headphones, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, holy shit, Greg. It is still going on. COVID is not over here, but either way, with COVID, fuck it. Let's just keep it going. If people want to be here, they can be here. I'm cool with it. And let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Graham Booth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. So
How you
look
doing?
under my name. Can you see those squares there? Look, you can hit that.
There we go.
You see, I've changed it. You can change it like that.
I know. I
Brilliant.
figured that out. I got that last week. I figured
Oh
that out.
yeah, I saw it was on when I watched last week. I saw it was on that, but I didn't know if you'd done it on purpose or not. Yeah,
It's all right. No. Natalie pointed out that it looked funny, so I started clicking on things and realized, yeah, cool, we can mess around with this a little bit. So all good.
I quite like it. Like if it's like really intense debate and you're just going, no, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah.
Hanging around, you just want to be like, chilling out, don't you?
Yeah, more in the room. Exactly. Totally, man. How you been? How was your week?
It's good, man. It's good. My little girl's 5 now. And
congratulations.
I can't say it too loud actually, but because it's not here yet, I ordered her a bicycle, and
oh, cool.
It's got like a little seat on the back, so she can give her mate little backies.
Oh, nice.
But I ordered it from Hong Kong like literally a month ago, but then all this shit kicked off, and it's just gone dead on the shipping. But so I'm not angry. I'm not angry that it's not here.
When all Hong Kong people come over to England, they might fetch it with them.
Oh, they might bring it. We got this. You know what? I shouldn't do a racist accent because most of them speak better English than me, to be honest. They really do. It's an interesting debate that at the moment, actually, isn't it? Because they're saying anything from 200,000 to 2 million people from Hong Kong might come over.
Yeah, but if they come over, then we don't have to get all these stupid Europeans coming over, do we?
Yeah. It's funny, though. I see a lot of Brexit people.
And I guarantee you, them Hong Kong workers will work a damn sight better than any European worker.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. No, they'll put us to shame, man. They graft like a motherfucker out there. And like all this stuff like Oyster cards, like contactless payment and that, they had that like 15 years before. they are all over that shit.
We still don't have that in Donny.
No, it's interesting though because a lot of them have still got British passports. A lot of them were born in Britain as well. We forget that. There's this whole thing about like, oh well, I thought you didn't want immigrants, and it's like these are literally British people. Like that was a colony.
Hong Kong is a British colony.
Yeah, in fact, it wasn't even a colony, really. I mean, it's complicated, but we rented it. We paid to be there. It wasn't some random fucking like thing, you know. But there was something of an invasion at one point. I'm not going to say we were innocent.
But I think we have a duty of care to that country because of what we did.
Yeah. I've got family out there, man. I've got British-born family that live there. I've visited them.
So if I had a British passport, would I be able to move to Hong Kong if I wanted to?
Very easily, yeah. I'm not sure the situation right now.
Obviously not right now, but like when things calm down.
When I went, it was after the handover, and they just sail you on through, which was quite good because I had like dysentery or something. I've been in Vietnam for 3 months. I was really sick, and I basically like emailed my uncle and was like, "Mate, I'm literally dying. Can I just?" Because like from Vietnam up to Hong Kong is you can get it for like $20-30. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I need somewhere, and I didn't even make it to his house. I went in. I got there's the bullet train that takes you into the city, and I went in the nearest cheapest hotel and just got in the bath for 2 days, just shitting and pissing, going, oh man. And then eventually I turned up and I was like, "Hi, Auntie, Happy Christmas."
Yeah, you had something living in you, brother. Something bad.
Too much time in the jungle, man.
Cool. Yeah, I hear you.
How are you guys anyway?
Oh, brilliant.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, very beautiful day here.
I was just telling Steve I've spent 200 quid to get my computer all working nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's got headphones. You notice that? Normally he's on the phone. So pretty slick.
Just showing off. Like, look at my phone. Isn't it amazing? And then he just points a fan at the fucking speaker. It's like, yeah, it's not that good, mate.
Can you hear the fan now? I've done everything I can to try and awesome. I've got a fan pointed right at me, but I'm using Logitech microphone.
Have you seen that though? There's a new RTX thing for people, and a guy literally had a fan there next to him, pointed the fan and was talking. Yeah. And the sort of algorithmic AI, whatever the fuck it is, the noise cancellation.
What was that?
It's so sophisticated you couldn't hear it. He was talking like he switched it off and it was pure noise. He had music on, but then when he switches on the noise cancellation, only his voice came through. It was amazing.
I've got an app called Crisp, and that cancels any external background noise.
Yeah. Well, this is like this, but it's an actual separate box. It's like if you're a streamer and you're making $1 million a month, then you're not going to leave it down to an app, are you? You're like, no, a dedicated fucking thing.
But for this, Crisp's fine. It was free, but you only get 120 minutes of per week of noise cancellation.
Dude, is that what the top guys make, dude? $1 million a month?
I was working this out the other day. There's this thing called Critical Role. I don't know if you know. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, and it's kind of like we are now. It's like 6 people and a dungeon master, and they'll do like 100 videos, and each video is 4 hours long, and it's just them in character doing elves and orcs and all that shit. And they stream every Thursday. They have T-shirts. We don't have Thursday T-shirts. It's like, is it Thursday yet? And you can watch it on Twitch, but then the YouTube doesn't go live until the following Tuesday. And the reason for that is you have to subscribe on Twitch to watch it after the event. Like if you want it Friday or Saturday, on ours, you could just go on our Twitch and YouTube and watch it. On theirs, you have to be a sub. Now, going off like we get $3.60. Anyone that wants to do a subprime, it'll cost you $5, but we get Trigger Warning gets $3.60. Now they had 360,000 views for the video on demand last time I checked. So that was an easy million just from the subs. No donations, nothing extra. Just your bottom tier subscription model gives them $1 million a month easy. And that's only the people who actually watched it. Most of the subscribers will be watching it live. The vast majority of them, they'll be there on Thursday night.
You can't say D&D players are virgins now, can you?
Dude, they are easily pulling in $3 million a month. That is a conservative estimate. Wow. And that doesn't even get started on all the fucking t-shirts and shit I have to buy it. They're all premium priced, so all the geeks at the bus stop fancy it.
Nuts, man. It's nuts.
It's crazy, man. Seriously, if me and Aiden managed to split, because obviously pretty much, I'm not exaggerating, almost everything that gets donated goes into back into it. It pays for StreamYard or the servers or whatever, the software. Occasionally when people go a bit mental with donations and we get literally $22 each or something, someone will just throw in an extra 50 and we're like, fuck man, there's money left over, and we'll get $20 for the month. And I'm just and I'm there baby, I'm buying the pizza tonight. I'm in the house all of a sudden. And then I look at these guys and I'm they're easily making $3 million a month. I'm Jesus Christ, man, why don't I talk about fucking nights more?
I mean, what does that guy PewDiePie make, or what did he make in his prime, do you think?
I don't know.
I looked it up and it said something like 12 million, but it gives it all away to charity now.
I watched a video of his where he was it was one of those where he was Googling himself and he read one article that said 22 million a year and he did that head laugh. He was just it's way more than that. He gives it all away though. Not all of it, obviously. I'm sure he's very, very comfortable and all that, but he does literally give it all away.
Anything he doesn't need, he'll give away.
The dude owns 3 t-shirts, man. He's he's super minimalist. I've got nothing but respect for him.
He doesn't even have a fucking chair. He sits on the floor for all his videos.
Gang. Well, yeah. This is the thing now. I used to watch his Minecraft videos with my daughter, and now we just fucking watch PewDiePie now apparently because he does this child's intro. It's like Coco Melon.
Yeah.
It's actually stolen from a kid's thing because Coco Melon are getting close to his subs.
He actually gets his subscribers to make his intros, and it's a one every
my
week.
daughter wants to make one. She hears that sound. She watches Coco Melon. Yeah. She hears that sound and runs in, and now she goes PewDiePie. She loves him. Yeah. She keeps asking me to get him to come round for lunch and stuff, and I'm like, well, I can ask him, but we'll have to see. I don't know. He's a bit busy, darling. I can't, because I make YouTube videos. She just assumes I can just get in touch with PewDiePie, And I'm like, no.
All I've been doing it last 3 weeks has been watching fucking PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and Linus Tech Tips.
Mm-hmm.
I love PewDiePie, man. I fucking love him. Do you know who else I've been watching that I've been adoring? It's hit and miss, but there's a guy called Milton T. Pike on Twitch, and he does Grand Theft Auto, but in a role-playing server. So imagine Grand Theft Auto, but there's no main character. Everyone is just the people you see on the streets. So the burger joint is real people stood there waiting to serve you. The car, the gun shop, the police, the ambulance, the doctors, everyone's real. And this guy Milton is playing the mayor, and he's super corrupt. And he's a woman called Kiki, and he's just, don't you know who I am? And everyone else in it role plays really badly, really low energy, quiet, and he's just so fucking over the top. I'm obsessed with Milton T. Pike at the moment. He just takes them on the craziest fucking journeys. And I messaged him saying my daughter loves you because I let her watch, and he went a bit nuts at me because he was like, dude, I use a lot of bad language and sexual, because he plays a woman and he's like, oh, slide into my pipes, why don't you? And he's like, you daughter watch that, and I'm like, no, well, not those bits. When you play Mario. You know, she doesn't see the really, really bad stuff. He's good though.
Graham, what do you think? Check this out.
Uh,
Is that possible?
Yeah, it is possible. What browser are you using, mate? I mean, oh god, it's hard to say if I'm not looking. The first thing I'd say is use a different browser if you can. Just try it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Check that you haven't got something else open that's using it. You know, because if you opened a camera app to make sure it was working, that'll be using your camera.
When I first loaded up StreamYard, it weren't working, but that's because I've just installed the drivers for my graphics card.
Yeah.
5 minutes before the show, and I just reloaded StreamYard and it worked again.
Oh, dude, I'm like my dentist has only just opened again, but they're still not letting me go. My pain level isn't high enough yet, and I'm like, yeah, but that's because I've been in such a huge amount of pain that my body's just used to it now. It's like it's not. DuckDuckGo isn't a browser, dude, or is it? Did you do browsers? Your best bet is Chrome.
Isn't DuckDuckGo like a underground black internet thing?
It's just a Google alternative. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's you know, if you're using Chrome, you can just click at the top and change your default browser to DuckDuckGo.
Can you tell us answer? Yeah, what the hell is she talking about?
Narrowboating is like what they do on canals, isn't it?
It's a canal, like a big long
canal boat.
Okay.
Where you go really, really slowly and get drunk.
Yeah.
Kevin tried to correct it. It said narrow botting, and then he corrected it, and it's.
No.
I hate that shit when that happens, man. Dude. I am a woman.
Water. Isn't that what our Sutsy's Rehab does? That doesn't he? Because he was hammered at Meat Space. This was after we turned the cameras off.
Rosie and Jim. That's got a narrow boat in it.
Yeah, Rosie and Jim. Yeah, I remember Sutty was fucking hammered. He was drinking vodka neat, and it was the point where we had Richie Allen up, me and Aidan, and we were just on the couches all having a big chat. And Sutty's Rehab just told this huge story about how he painted his boat overnight, and then it was still wet in the morning, and it was all to do with like. It was all to do with like because we were talking about what's it called where they spray in the air, the planes, you know, they spray like mind control.
Yeah.
He was
crop dusting.
No, but the bad one that the New World Order.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes.
Fucking things.
It was a conversation about that, and he was like, "Why is it wet?" And then everyone was like, "Mate, you were on the water in the morning. Of course, your boat was fucking wet." And it all chemtrails. That's it.
Chemtrails.
Yeah. But it was one of the highlights of the night because Sutty was just rammed, going, "No, it was fucking chemtrails." It was like, "Mate, it was morning dew at the very least." It was great.
Morning dew.
Morning dew.
There you go.
That sweet morning dew.
Is that Sophie back there? Is she coming home?
Yeah. Do you want to say hello? Yeah, Soph. Do you want to say hello to Steve? One sec.
Well, to everybody. She's not saying hello to me specifically. I'm not.
Yeah, she doesn't fucking shut up about you today.
Oh,
you're with Steve tonight. You're with Steve.
Do you like that picture?
She calls you Steve as well. Everyone else calls you Smoke Steve, but you're just
Steve's fine. What about the picture at the pool? It was.
Did you like it? Oh, you can just ask for yourself. There you go.
Hey, what's up, Soph? How are you?
Hey, I'm okay.
Good. Did you like that picture?
Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah.
I thought it was just funny as hell. So she's like, "You got to put that on there. People will crack up." You know.
No, it was lovely.
Oh, here we go. We got action on Biscuit.
All right, I'll put Graham back on.
All right. See you later. Bye.
All right, calm down.
Is she still down?
Yeah.
She all right? Good. I didn't think I'd be able to come on tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
My little girl was like, cuddle me. I had to like hold her in bed for ages. And just when I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Fuck everyone. I'm sleeping here tonight. I'm just going to cuddle my little girl all night. Just as I accepted that and started fading, she just went, "You can go now, Daddy."
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, you want her, you want that independence too. Trust me, as she gets older.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, like it never happens. She never. It's very, very rare. But I just accepted. I was like, do you know what? It was that thinking that I had because I was thinking these days go so quickly. I'm going to spend the whole night just, and then she fucked me off.
It's good. She's growing up, man. Good. Getting older. Did you get her anything else?
What the fuck? That's just not true, Kevin. Objectively, I am beautiful. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all the money that was in the cards, we got an aquarium.
Nice.
She's got like the thing with a little pump, and she got some. She chose all the decorations. She chose the fish. It was it was amazing.
Fish are all healthy. Not like watch their eyes. If the eyes start to get puffy, you'll have issues, man.
Oh, what do I have to do if their eyes are puffy?
You just don't get there. Trust me. We got an aquarium for my kid a little while back, and the eyes got puffy, and then the fucking fish all died. So watch out for that. All right. It looks like I don't know how to say her name, Aofi, but she wants to come live. So here we go. We have a new guest. Aoife. Cool. Hello.
Hello there. You all right?
Hi guys, it's Aoife.
Aoife, nice to have you. Thanks for coming on.
And yes, I've shaved my head, but for a charity gig.
Oh, cool.
You're welcome.
You.
I could hear you joking about the narrowboat. I can assure you, boys, you haven't lived. You've been on one.
Okay. Is it rowing, like crew?
Oh no, it's an engine.
You've not lived till you've been on a narrowboat.
Okay, cool.
Barges are better
You
though,
haven't lived
Aoife.
till you've been on one.
A barge is better though, Aoife.
I will say, I've just been laughing at your boys' chat and going, well, here's a woman to interrupt the flow.
What?
No, that's fine.
What's the difference between a barge and a narrowboat?
A barge is much wider, and you can put granite flooring inside a barge.
Right,
Okay.
like me and Biscuit would be fine on a barge. Me and Biscuit on a narrow boat? No, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
That fucker be wobbling all over the damn place.
Oh, boys, you haven't got a clue. You really haven't got a clue, have you?
My
Boys, they're all bricks.
my uncle used
They're
to
all bricks used.
my uncle used
Barge.
to fit out narrowboats, so I've been in quite a few.
Oh
They're
really?
they're very nice.
Good. Well, you should know something then.
I do.
There you
I know they're very small.
Just before a friend of mine died, he was making a garden on an abandoned narrowboat, and I always wondered just how abandoned it was, whether it was abandoned or just stolen. But yeah, he was growing potatoes on it. Bless him.
Oh,
Throwing
bless.
potatoes on it. Interesting.
Yes, of course I do.
A cheap, nice one will set you back about 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse the head that's been shaved for a charity gig.
It's all right, Aoife. We didn't even notice. I thought you had your hair tied back.
That's cool. Exactly.
No, I shaved my hair. I've shaved my hair because there's a little girl who was dying, and it was just a way of trying to raise a very small amount of money. Her name is Daisy, and her mother is a single mother looking after her two daughters.
You did it
Now,
for a much
Daisy
better.
was born. Sorry,
I was just about to say you did, it
200 is all I managed to get. 200.
you did it for a much better reason than I did.
It was
I
sad,
I
it was
shaved
just
my hair and
200.
eyebrows off for a cup that still hadn't arrived.
200. 200 was all I managed, sadly.
That's fantastic. Well done, Aoife.
Yeah,
Okay, my internet's crap.
that's okay.
That's all right.
But guys, seriously, when it comes to a narrowboat, hang on, sorry, my camera angle is way off. Great. If I wasn't half as blind as I am now, I'd be able to see things.
Right.
But yeah, you can slag me. It's all right. I don't mind. I can take a ribbing. But where narrowboats are concerned, boys, they're either water balanced or they are balanced with brick throughout the floor.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell
What
are
are
you
you
talking
drinking?
about? What's
I don't
water
know.
balance? Isn't water? What?
Can anyone hear me? This thing.
I can
It's
hear
just
you. It's just
breaking
not
up.
making any sense. What's water balanced? Yeah, of course, it's in the water. What are you talking about? I
Hang
don't
on.
understand.
Oh Lord, we're off the rails.
Hang
Where's she gone? You can't just abandon me by saying you can either do.
It's our internet. Give her a second. Hey, Graham.
That's gonna hold me all night. Go on.
Can you get Duke? Do you have him on Twitter?
I don't know if I do actually.
I'd love to get him.
I only ever see him on here.
He was here like 2 weeks ago, and now no Dookie anymore. So, love to have Duke back.
Let me see if I've got him.
Pia was on that one fateful night where there was quite a dust up between her and old Georgie, and that was friggin' hilarious. But haven't seen Pia in a long time, and Duke in a while.
I've not got Duke at all, actually. That's really odd.
Yeah. Oh well, no big deal.
I thought I had him on Twitter, actually. That's weird. You upset, Graham? No, I didn't. I just want to know what the hell you're talking about, putting water in a boat or bricks in a boat. Neither of those things make sense to me. But I'm aware I'm ignorant. I'm aware that I'm ignorant.
I think she was trying to talk about ballast, so you get the right amount of balance front and forward and aft.
Yep. Religious statues and icons. Here we go. Yeah, so she lost the internet. Her internet was crap, but at least she came on.
No, I appreciate you jumping in always. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people talking about this. Like, obviously in France, there's been like nearly 900 churches attacked. Is it in the last year? Like obviously there's been the two famous ones, hasn't there, with the two cathedrals and all that. One's just gone up tonight, but if you actually look, it's like nearly 900 churches have been attacked in some way.
Really?
Yeah. It's a way bigger problem. Obviously,
I don't care about the church religiously, but some of those cathedrals are historic monuments.
Well, I would argue that every single one of those nearly 900 churches that have been sort of firebombed or whatever are all in some way the center of their community. You know what I mean? Like whether you're because even if you're an atheist, when someone dies, you go to church to bury him by and large. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a thing there where it's part of your culture, whether you like it or not, really, isn't it? And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I am actually. It's a thing, I mean, they're fucking beheading them in America at the moment. They're only going around beheading Jesus. Have you seen this? And all I can think is, look it up, man. Statues of Jesus are just getting beheaded in the night. And I can't help but think that, like, my entire life, I watched religion, especially in the UK, decline, and I was almost glad for it because I was like, "Oh, fucking, who believes in a beardy man in the sky and all that shit? No, I don't need any of that. I'm too smart for all that." But now I'm thinking, looking at the state of the far left at the moment, I'm thinking, honestly, the one thing they need right now is fucking Jesus. I'm telling you now, man, or whatever, Buddhism, whatever it is, they need something, because when they're all dressed in the Handmaid's Tale in the street, chanting during the day in unison, being with the religion that is anti-racism, and then they spend the nights on violent fucking chaotic sort of destruction. I'm just thinking, Jesus, man, all these people are religiously minded. If only they found a religion that allowed forgiveness and love and hope, and to me, I'm just thinking, humans aren't ready to abandon religion yet.
Real controversy, like fucking pedophilic Catholic priests and fucking
yeah, but how many male feminists are kiddie fuckers? They come out on a daily basis. It's like that's a separate problem that isn't gonna go away by people joining or not joining the church. I'm just thinking people have a religious mindset that it's built into us, that kind of collectivist way of being. And I was talking to Aiden about it, like people get into Star Wars or rock music or fucking Nike shoes. Some people are just really literally they'll go to groups and just talk about which shoes they've managed to find, but it's that thing of really fucking believing in something. And I'm thinking a lot of these people at the moment who are claiming to be as virtuous as they are would do better with God, because as many better people than me have pointed out, the way, you know, here's the thing, like, as I know about Christianity more than anything, as Christianity moved around Europe and America and the world, it changed and it absorbed things, and I used to look at that as like this sort of like, it lacked integrity because of that. But now I realize, or that it's very, very likely that it changed and refined because that's what it needed to do in order to just fucking adjust to its environment. That's why Jesus is Jesus in Thailand looks Thai, in Africa he's black. You know,
my issue with it is the fact that every war that's ever been fought has been based on fucking religious ideals, that one country has this religious ideal and the other one has that, so they fight each other because they both believe the other one's wrong. And I can't get behind something that's caused so much trouble in our history.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily agree that all wars, but like, look, there is genuinely a civil war exploding in America right now. I mean, we've managed to calm it down here, but Portland's been on fire for 50 days.
It has to do with race.
Yeah, but but they are acting in a religious manner. That is the issue. Is that my point is that that is their religion. That genuinely is their religion, and but the problem is their religion offers no redemption. You know, and it's not necessarily that religion caused wars. It's that we as a group have this mindset, and yes, we have used religion as an excuse in the past, but I don't necessarily believe anymore that it was the cause. It's like we as humans, when we get together, when we think collectively, this is just the way we behave. You know,
like the controversy that happens between PlayStation and Xbox, between those users, the different religions.
Yeah,
same thing.
Do you know what? That is a really, really fucking good idea. Really good example. That the console wars. You know, how passionate they get about it and how much they care when there's no reason to.
I mean, I've got all three. I've got a PC, an Xbox, and a PS4. So I've got all three.
I never had a PlayStation my whole life. I got a PlayStation 4 now, and I love it. And I'm not like I don't feel like I've like converted to Islam from Christianity. That's the way
I actually do feel a bit guilty for leaving Xbox because I've been an Xbox fanboy for ages.
that lives in me as well. Anyway, we got a dude coming in.
And on that note, George, Graham just converted to Islam. What do you have to say about that?
Akahu Lalabar.
Salam alaikum.
Aloha snack bar.
Yeah. How are you, George?
Pretty good. Here, I'll be quiet and we'll look down I'll let you guys talk. We'll look down the channel. We'll look down the channel. Here you go. There you go. There we go.
Wow.
Whoa.
How lovely is that view?
Nice.
Yeah, that's where my workstation's set up. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Florida Canal entrance to a bay, I assume.
It's a river, Indian River.
Oh, that's nice. I bet you that's full of redfish, man. That looks like a great place to fish.
Good fishing.
Awesome, dude. Very cool, George. Beautiful. Maybe a few bull sharks swimming around in there too. You probably have to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So yeah,
awesome.
I'll just keep it there. You guys talk.
Cool. Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. Oh man, I really miss that in America. Like big skies. You don't get that in Manchester. Everything's there close and closed.
When I was in Manchester, it was like the top of the world, man. It was cool. I loved being there. Yeah.
It's a good city, but we do get clouds, most like overcast almost all the time. But I don't feel bad about it. It's the same with the rain, but the cloud formation and the rain are the reason that the cotton mills were built here. So like I'm quite sort of easygoing about the weather because I'm like, yeah, but the weather here and the way it is, it created a permanently moist environment that was very rarely too hot or too cold. So that's why all the cotton factories were built here, because the cotton stayed flexible and was easy to transport and work and all the rest of it. So when it's overcast every single day and there's never any sun ever, I always just think, well, that's the giant whose shoulders I'm standing on, you know. So I'd be all right with it.
Beautiful place. You know, it's so different. It's exotic to me. I mean, you guys probably think it's Manchester, but man, when I went there, it was exotic. It was cool.
Yeah, mate, you should have seen me in Tallahassee. I was just like, what the fuck is all this?
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah.
I said to the guy, I was like, because I don't know, man. I don't know the difference between like different American people. You all sound like cowboys to me. And I said, the guy next to me, I was like, mate, I just
What's that shy? You
Yeah.
stop that right now.
I was like, dude, I love this hick shit. This is amazing. And he grabbed me and he's like, you can't fucking say that. You're I was like, what? I was being nice.
That's funny, man. Classic shit. Yeah, I just met a guy from Manchester. Besides you guys, I've never really met anyone from there. And he's one of my AC contractors. Very chill dude. I kind of was thinking I should get him to come on the show. I don't know. I don't want to mix, business.
Yeah,
and play,
it's weird. Like when I'm at work, I don't talk about this too much. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly.
You just don't know. You don't know how it's going to come over, do you?
Right. I like some of my college friends. I mean, what the fuck? I did more than anything I would ever do with them. I would never do on this channel. So those guys, we've done it all together. So,
yeah.
But people like in a professional sense, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, everything I do is legal under my state law, at least.
Well, that's the weird thing with my mates. Like, we've had orgies and drugs and all sorts of crazy shit right through the night. And yet they're all such hardcore socialists that I feel awkward talking to them about, like, yeah, so I've been talking to people with different perspectives than me, and it's like, it just sounds weird, oh yeah, I was chatting to a Trump fan the other day and they're just like, what? And it's like, yeah, you do realize, like, we've spent like the last 20 years just getting completely out of our heads on illegal shit all over the place and all that. There's no like, anything goes apart from talking to someone who likes Donald Trump. Then it's just suddenly you're like,
yeah, really, I know. Orgies.
Oh, mate, back in the day, well, I was in band, wasn't I? We used to get up to all sorts of nonsense. I don't do that now, though. As soon as I found out I was going to be a dad, it was just like, right, okay, well, I'm not. I'm not.
When I found out I was going to be the dad, the first thing I said was, "Yep, no more orgies, damn it!" What the fuck, man? Where does this guy live? Jesus, orgies? I'm not an orgy guy. I don't have a velvet red robe and cigarette extender and
it's not like that.
Up the hair.
No, it's not like that, right? I live like there's 3 major universities in my city. 2 of them are very, very close to me, so it's very, very student. Like basically, like if you go out my house, take a left and just keep walking, you won't go more than 10 minutes before you just hit a house that's booming music and before coronavirus, there was just parties on every single corner. It's not in terms of getting a group of people so wrecked that shit happens. It's not very difficult. It's not some excessive,
Right.
No, man.
That's cool.
Hey, if you want to see, look up the Livestock Jihad videos. Look up my band, man. Shit used to happen on stage whilst we were in the process. There's one of them, man. There's one we end the gig, and there's got to be about 20 of us getting naked on stage, and it's literally a pile, and the lights come on, it all finishes, and everyone's getting off, and I'm just kind of at the bottom of it, looking dazed, going.
Sounds like a South Park episode.
Yeah, man. It was a good time. I really missed it.
What's the band called? Livestock
Jihad.
All right. And you're on YouTube? Holy shit.
Like none of them are very well produced videos. It's just phone videos for the most part. But
ASBO for the pigs? What are you playing here?
I'm on the bass.
Wow, dude, totally raw. I gotta check this out. I don't want to fuck up the show here, but that looks awesome.
Yeah, it was an Arco Punk. Check us out. There's a big gig. Oh, what was the place called? Ruby Lounge. That was like 400 or 500 people, man, and that's when it got fucking mental.
Looks fun as hell.
Yeah.
So you were into like punk, raw punk, just the punk life and shit?
Yeah,
or?
that's why everyone thought I was like a communist and shit. Everyone just assumed I was, because I was in a punk band. I had like my army camo gear on, you know, and I had my long hair and my beard, and you know, just sort of drinking, and everyone just assumed I was like a full blown communist. I accidentally went on an Antifa thing once. Like, I just thought it was a march, and we were in the van, and as we were arriving in London, everyone masked up. And I was sat there like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we were protesting the war.
That's funny as hell, man. All right, we're going to try this. He's come on before and left fairly quickly, and technical issues. His dog got bit by something one week, but we'll try it again. My brother, my actual brother. What's up, B?
Hey,
hey.
Oh,
How's it going, guys?
pretty good.
How are you?
How's it going? I can hear you.
Nice.
It's good.
I'm doing this from my phone, Steve. I gave up on the laptop. I hope it's working properly.
much better.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Good. You're good.
I'm on my back deck. I don't know if you guys can see it. Steven
can
just
see
said
it.
there earlier.
Yeah, it looks nice out there.
And so far, you're not going, I can't see anyone. What's happening? So you're already like a level above.
So you all five
Nice.
of us are on the screen, right, Brian? B?
Yeah, I can see everything. It's great,
Good.
even though
Good.
it's all small. But
Wow,
You can
that's
turn it
up.
sideways.
Yeah, he's
yeah, if
got
I tilted the camera. Hold on.
How's that? Is that any
There
better?
we go.
Yeah, it's,
There we go.
yeah.
That's better. Yeah.
All right, cool, brother.
Cool, man.
Cool. Yeah, that's
Interesting
the
conversation, you guys. That was astutely said, Graham, what you just said earlier regarding church and stuff.
Oh, really? You think so? I've been thinking about it a lot recently, man. It's
Yeah, me
it's
too.
interesting, though. Like, I was, yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot, because I was thinking like, well, what, you know, so with that in mind, what do I do with my own kid? You know, like, do I
Right. Well, yeah.
do it? Here's the thing, and it's not absolutes, obviously, because you can be the Sam Harris of the world. You know, I don't know if you know Sam Harris.
Right.
But, you know, like, he's an absolute atheist, but he's a very, very calm, intelligent, spiritual person who you would trust him to watch your kids, no problem. He's a good, decent guy and everything. But if we were to ignore the likes of Sam Harris and was to say, right, what do I risk? What direction do I go in? Am I gonna risk, like, what's more dangerous? Is it raising someone who believes in God, or is it raising someone who might end up in Antifa? And what, you know, like, if I have to,
Brilliant. Why are those your only choices?
no, but I just as a thought experiment, though, if it's not that they're the only choices, but say you're going to look at the two things say you're going to take all your negatives, right? So you're talking about God and Jesus and all that, and you're like, it's fucking bollocks. None of it's real. It's all nonsense, right? And that to you is a thing of like, why would you think that, right? So that is maybe a bad outcome if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
And Antifa is also a bad outcome as well, because then you're a violent communist. Of those two worst case scenarios, which would you prefer? That's the thought experiment.
Well, Antifa is a non-issue. You would not want that.
Exactly.
Right.
So are you safer leaning someone towards something that you don't necessarily believe in, but
True.
you know that they've got more chance of being happier, of being healthier, living longer, having stronger relationships with the partner and the community, even if you don't believe it.
In the real world, you don't have to take that choice.
No.
Like, for me, for instance, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in religion at all. So what I tell my daughter is, I don't believe in religion. However, if you want to believe in religion, you're free. Do as you please.
Yeah.
That is the only way you can do it. If the kid wants to believe in something, let them believe in it.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a ranking where you're like, well, Christianity's here, and you know,
I don't want. If she was going to
go
be
this way,
if she was going to be any religion, Buddhist.
there you go. Nice, peaceful.
Buddhism is more of a spiritual. It's not really a religion. You don't.
Exactly. It's fucking. It's just Zen. That is how I would be if I was going to believe in anything.
I think if you look at the history, the history of religion, I mean, all law is based on religion, more or less. And you look at, before civilization became what it is now, I mean, religion was the only law of the land,
now,
really.
If aliens came and told us that God was real, then I'd probably believe it because they know much more than I do.
Strength and depth of character is far better than shallowness and dearth of character. Whatever provides the depth and strength of character that's needed to be ethical and moral, that's what works.
Yeah, here's the thing though. It doesn't. This is what's been interesting about it in terms of, because she's been asking me about it, because she learned about Easter at school, so she's come home. She played the angel in the Nativity, which obviously proudest moment of my life. My little angel, my literal angel. So she's been asking me about these things, and it's like, and I came to the conclusion that it doesn't actually matter if God exists or not. If God as a thing, as an entity, it's more about the purity of being truthful and the purity of
substitute good for God, and it works just as well.
You literally, like, when she asked me about it, and I said all you have to do is just make sure you tell the truth. If you tell the truth, then you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And that's the only answer I could give her. And again, that's how Genesis opens, isn't it? It's the word and all that. It's literally the word. So you do not have to be thinking about it in terms of just some dude on a cloud somewhere, because let's be honest, that reduces the complexity of it in terms of, again, it's a way of translating our collective consciousness. And many people have done it many different ways. The Buddhists, everyone's got their own language for it, and non-religious people also do it in the same way. They talk about how we're all connected and we're all part of the thing. Everyone has their own thing for it, and it might even be dressing up as fucking Luke Skywalker and going to a convention and feeling so happy that everyone around you is on the exact same wavelength and all that shit. And
is that Louis who's barking, Brian? That's not
sorry.
barking.
I just find it interesting.
I'm sorry, you guys.
It's okay. Not a bother.
Because I don't believe in a man on a cloud. I certainly don't. I think that's ridiculous, and I don't believe in a literal devil or anything like that. No, I've been non-religious my whole life. I don't. But there is an interesting concept of that passed on knowledge. That passed on.
In religion, for you guys, is it all Church of England? Like everybody?
No.
For the Christian side, there's no. Okay.
There's everything really.
Okay.
There's the parish church. There's the Buddhist, not Buddhist, Methodist. We've got all.
There's not a lot of Catholics, though, right? Or is there?
Well, mostly in Ireland, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's one just behind me here. There's an interesting thing here. Some people won't like it, but a lot of the churches, like the proper church buildings, so expensive to keep up. So the porter cabin type ones, they're fine, but the actual big old ones, a lot of them are mosques now. They've been sold in Manchester.
Wow,
anyway.
Really?
So I can imagine a few people just being like,
mosques.
Right, they cut the cross off and smooth it into a round dome, and then boom, you got a mosque.
I don't know what they've done.
All the mosques in Doncaster are all new builds. They're all like red brick built and with
really
big balls on top. And
in Manchester, all the old churches are either like they've been divided into apartments or they're mosques.
Yeah.
The best church around here, and I'm only saying this from someone that's been outside. I've spoken to some people outside. There's a black church that's over here, and it is legitimately a black church, and it's full on like screaming and waving and just
I used to love
nice clothes.
I used to love going to my local black church and singing "We all."
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I thought if she does ask me about it, if she wants to go, I mean, the thing is, man, I'll take her in places because it's culturally relevant no matter what.
They have a proper gospel choir at the front, totally busting out.
But I was thinking if she wants to experience it, I'm probably going to take her to the black one, man.
I mean, to be fair, my daughter used to go Beavers.
You've got to go down south sometime.
Yeah.
Go down south. I was in Memphis, Tennessee. I went to a gospel church, me and a couple of buddies. After we went to the barbecue festival, Jesus Christ, that was incredible.
I like it though. I do like the way they all sort of dress really nice at that one. Like the Catholic one down there, they all just turn up looking like this, like, oh yeah. And there's literally like a pub that's part of it. It's like the Catholic pub, so they just come out of the church and go in there and just get pissed. But the black one over there, they are in their literal best. It looks like a wedding every Sunday, you know. And even the little kids, man, are like ready to go.
Yeah,
I got to do the obscure movie reference, the original Blues Brothers, when they enter the black church and they start getting down, and he tumbles down the alley, and they're it's because they had the soul in them, man, and they fit right. You know, and the opposite was like The Jerk with Steve Martin. When he had no black rhythm, he couldn't keep it to the black song. And then like Glenn Miller comes on, he's like, and he's got the white, you know. So,
was The Jerk the one where they had to tell him he wasn't black? And he was like grown out. And he was like, what?
Basically, his whole family were black, but he weren't. We were adopted.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually felt ever as good as I did when my grandma took me into that black church and we sung all choir songs together. And I don't think I've ever felt like good ever again.
Well, that's an interesting thing, isn't it?
Highlights of my life.
Because you don't have to even.
Well, that's what church is supposed to do, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. This is what I'm thinking about. It's a community thing though. Like I can take my girl to school, so now I know like loads of parents in the area, and a part of me is thinking like, would it be bad to sit there not believing in it just so I just got to know a load of happy people that live near me? You know, would that be so bad?
I was only about 8 or 9, and I weren't bothered about the religious side. It was just
I wasn't.
The atmosphere.
They took me as a kid, and we had to go off to Sunday school at the side, and there was a thing like, how much do you believe in God? And I was just like, I don't. I'm literally only here for the women. I got my first blowjob in a church.
Did you really?
Oh, Jesus. This guy.
I went to Sunday school. Guess what we did?
What?
We watched fucking, what were it called with Jay and Silent Bob? That fucking, what's it called?
Clerks?
No, not Clerks. The religious one.
Dogma.
Dogma. We watched fucking Dogma.
I just used to go to church because there was 15-year-old girls there, mate. It was fucking amazing.
Sounds really bad you say that.
They were 15. Mate, I was like 13, so this was like, this was a step up.
That's right. Looking for the cougars, huh?
Mate, I don't think just got her hairstyle there. Suddenly it was like, and it was like, she's nearly 16. She's going to be able to buy cigarettes in a year. This is amazing.
Cigarette connection.
I'm gonna grab another drink, guys. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, brother. Cool. So we're going here. Yeah.
Cigarette first.
Yeah, go for it. So fucking Catholic Mass, basically, aside from the homily, they repeat almost the same stuff for like 30 minutes. It's just, you'll notice that they just repeat the same prayers over and over again. And I don't know. It is kind of I don't know. I grew up Catholic, and hey, whatever anyone chooses for their own is fine. But
they serve you those homily grips.
I do not choose
bad joke.
Catholicism.
Homily grit.
Homily.
I know that's the joke.
I bought it for Christmas, and she's never used it. I've used it almost every day.
Yeah.
Spirit. That's right. Filled with the Spirit.
Oh, this is fast as fuck. It's brilliant.
Yeah. That happened with me.
120 quid.
Same deal with me. I bought one for my kid, and you know what? She would have liked better a kit to build the thing, because she prefers to put stuff together than to, really run it. She would build it and be like, all right, get me another one to build. You know what I'm saying? Like, you drive it. Like, she's really loves Legos. I don't know if you guys have those over there, Biscuit, but Legos are great for kids for building, and they follow the directions and assemble them.
Yeah, my girl got 3 Lego sets for the birthday.
Nice.
That's it.
Awesome.
In fact, they're all down here, right next to my feet.
My daughter got a Lego set. Ligo is Liego.
That sounds awesome.
completely just been ripping off Lego. It literally just put an I between the L and the E.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as long as it encourages.
Thing is, it's even got the exact same logo. You know, the red square with the writing.
That's hilarious, man. Let's see here. I think I got shit. Yeah, we lost Brian. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but I was like, if you come on, and you better stay on for a half hour. Like, no fucking leaving early. And I don't know. Was he here for 30? He was close, right?
I mean, so. It was
good enough. It was good enough. And
I got no like hate or frustration or anything associated with his appearance or departure.
No, I'm just like, busting his. Well, he's my brother, so I can bust his chops. That's what brothers.
Oh yeah,
do.
You've got to. Oh, did I tell you guys? I don't know if I spoke to you since then, but every time I see my little brother, he's like 10 years younger than me. I challenge him to a boxing match. And I'm like, full on, mate. We're going to hire a thing. It's going to be like a full on fucking thing. He spent the entirety of lockdown like working out. And I saw him the other day for the first time in 4 months. And I went really quiet on the whole physical duel challenge. Because he walks in looking like He-Man, you know. And I just, all I've done is get a big belly.
That's right. Good tactics.
I was
Stay
just
away
like,
from the pain.
Hey, man.
Especially since you've got that injury, you know, man.
Yeah, I don't know, Greg.
Advantage.
You catch a quick left hook and a right cross from a guy 10 years younger than you did, you're going to have a headache for 3 weeks. We'll never see you again on the fucking computer.
I'll fuck him up. Anytime.
Yeah, right. That's what you think against a boxer, and you're like, yeah, I can fucking box. And then they're like, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I can't box. You know, it's not that fucking easy, man.
Well,
boxing,
I used to do it.
It's a repetition of a few strikes and movements that guys get really good at moving insanely fast at, and that's
true.
It's as easy as it gets, man. Easy as it gets.
Like night and day.
Yeah.
No, I used to do it. I was good at it. And my ex went to the same gym, so I had this weird thing of like, I was desperate to show off. I used to just like, look what you've missed, look what you've lost. Yeah. I'd never say it out loud, but in all my actions, that was what I was just pushing out. But I was only like 18, you know.
Steve, did you actually do any MMA? I know that you wrestled in college, so did you do MMA?
No. Never MMA. Never anything organized. I've been in some fights, but those were certainly not anything sanctioned, just fights, you know?
Right, sure.
So, yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like. I think about it like when you see some of those guys walking up, they're so confident. I'm like, shit, if I was walking into the ring to fight somebody, I don't know what I would feel like. That would just be like a really intense, just crazy thing, man. So MMA, never had it. Never really. A wrestling match, you're not scared because the guy's not going to try to kick your face in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want try to fight with a girl in school.
What's that, Biscuit?
I once had a fight with a girl in school that says, will you go out with me? And she kicked me in bollocks.
Guess that was a no.
I just went up to her like really nervous and says, will you go out with me? And she just kicked me in dance, and I was like there from dinner time. I went through the whole next period rolling on the floor of the playground in agony.
That sucks.
Half an hour.
So how did the date go?
What?
Didn't happen. Oh, interesting.
I didn't lose my virginity till I was 21, so go figure.
Hey, I was late. I was probably 18, so I mean, I never got laid in high school. That's for sure. But
apparently, it's getting later and later. You know, it's just.
Graham, you were what, 9?
He told us that we were in church. You got a BJ.
I wasn't 9. I'm not going to talk about that, to be honest.
That's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Just busting your chops.
No, it's okay. Well, you know, man, I'm honest about everything, but that's just one of those things, isn't it? I'm like, no, but I wasn't 9. I was a little bit older than that.
Cool.
I was I was. I tried though. I tried to lose it. You know, when you see these stories about teachers there was this one teacher I always used to like flirt with like really strongly, and I was so desperate to be statutory raped by her, and she was having none of it. I was so good. Every time I see, you see one of these stories about your teacher that got caught sleeping with one of the kids, I'm always so angry because I was rejected.
It's like clockwork.
Yeah, I'm just gutted, man. It really hurts.
Good story comes about once a month or so.
I had a French teacher called Miss Bond. She looked spitting image of Leanne Rhymes.
Was she French?
No, she was English, but she was spitting image, blonde hair, just like Leanne Rhymes. Oh.
Miss Moistbum?
Hey? Miss Bond.
Oh,
Bond.
Bond.
Like James Bond.
Moist Bum.
No, Miss Bond.
Moist Bond? Okay, we're bringing in somebody else here. Old friend, Chris.
Good evening. How is everyone?
Long time.
Previously, Chris Metallica. I guess you're not Metallica anymore, just Chris now, huh? I mean,
I put Chris because every time I put Chris Metallica, I got absolute grief from Natalie, so I changed it.
That's funny. Yeah, well, you should be good. She should be probably joining us shortly. She woke up from a nap, so. How you been, Chris? Long time no see, man.
Oh, it's been mentally. I've had absolute nightmare tonight. The pub across the road's been open for a few days, so every time everyone walks past my place, they press me buzzer to me electric gates, and it just drives me insane.
Oh, they're just like that as they go past.
Yeah, so I went out tonight. Someone had pressed it, and I come out and I just missed them. So I closed the gates. And I'm just walking back into the house, and it went again. So I hit the buzzer, and the gate started opening, and there was this guy who was absolutely hammered and his missus. And I went, "Can I help you?" And he was like going, "F off, blah, blah, blah." And I was like going, "That's not very nice. You pressed the buzzer." And then he went, "I'm gonna." And then he comes into me driveway, and he's offering me out on the driveway. So I walked back into the house and I got a baseball bat out. And when I walked back out into the garden, he went, "Oh, no, I don't want any trouble." And I was like going, "You just said you want to kick me head in when you pressed the buzzer on me gates. And now when I've come back out with a sporting implement, you've gone."
Right. Chris, and let's face it, Chris. You're not going out with the team every Sunday to play baseball, so that bat is not for a sport. That's something you keep by the door or wherever, Yeah.
No, it's got a ball next to it because my lawyer says always have a ball.
Right, the ball, of course. Yeah. Maybe
honestly, though, you have to be careful in the UK with that. Like, if you leave a weapon by the door,
for a long time,
you can get big problems with that. Like if you for example, like my part,
put the K bar up there, Smoke Steve.
What's that?
No,
you got to be super careful. I got we've got walking sticks near the door because sometimes Soph needs one. If she's got like a thing with a hip, and there's one that's particularly heavy, and that is genuinely like the weapon by the door without it being a weapon, because legally we're fine to have that there, but you've got to be really fucking careful. If you in the UK, if you sort of sleep with a knife under your bed and there's a break-in and that's the series of events, never ever say that you had a knife under your bed, because then you can get done for like premeditated. Our rules are so strict here.
It's terrible.
Yeah, genuinely.
That's exactly why
they don't have the castle doctrine.
No, they don't have castle law over here.
That's crazy.
Further than that, they're saying you can't even keep an implement to say like somebody's killing us. So I took the knife out from under my mattress, and killed him in self-defense.
No. Yeah, obviously the person would still be in the wrong, but you would also you would potentially be in hot water. Like if you went to the kitchen and got the knife, then that's absolutely fine as long as you don't get him in the back. Like you can't but then there's the whole thing of like, well, what if they were advancing towards my kid? You know, you're in hot water then trying to prove it. Like the second anything goes into the back, then
waffle beer and smashed it and then use that.
It's the same with guns.
It doesn't work. I mean, I was in not California. I was in Texas about 10 years ago, and I did the Masad Ayub Lethal Force Institute training, and that was fun. But he's a sheriff, and he basically tells you what you can and can't do, and that doesn't apply over here. I mean, even if you go over there and do the course, it doesn't apply over here because castle law is not the same. You don't have stand your ground. You don't have the same. What was it? The one that they talked about a lot was the law of competing harms, where if you commit a crime, but the crime is less than what would have occurred to you or your family, it's still legal in the US. It's not the same here.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
don't get me wrong though. There is common law and there is decency. There's a lot of police officers who, in those sorts of situations, will be extremely decent to you. But you are not necessarily protected under law. Right. But there's a lot, like when I worked at homeless hostels, a guy took a shelf off a wall and whacked a woman with it. You know, one of the support workers that I work with just whacked her across the face. She was off work for a year because she couldn't see straight or stand up or anything. Absolutely destroyed her with this piece of wood. And that was one of them where the cops that turned up, they weren't asking questions about like who was facing where or who was doing this. They were like, we had to give him his official sort of like eviction notice, and he was like, don't worry, once he's fallen down the stairs on the way to the cells, I'm going to shove this up his fucking ass, you know. So there is like a sort of decency. Amen. But it's common law and it's unofficial and it relies on the officer themselves, if you get what I mean, you know.
I'm going to jump off, Steve, so that Natalie can get on.
We can have 10.
We can have 10 on.
Oh, can we? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll stay on.
I was going to play an intro song for Aphid.
Someone's playing my sex music.
Aphid, what's up, brother?
Sweet. Well done.
I even gave you a heart on Twitter this week, Aphid Lip. Don't know if you saw
did
that.
You?
Yeah, I did indeed. Man, you deserved it. That was a good one. You made a good joke or something.
Wow.
Hayden retweeted me today specifically to try and get me bullied. He was like, he's trying to, you know, because he's been in this big war at the moment. He retweeted me and then just DM'd me straight away and said, I hope you get hate for that, Graham. It was some throwaway joke about
we're moving into the odd zone of 7.
Oh yeah, how's that going to work? Well, there we go.
Look at that.
Good evening.
Why do I get the smaller camera?
That looks brilliant tonight. Did you ever done questions?
And now for an interlude.
What's up, Nat? How you doing?
Well, I'm not very good. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Well, I had like a drunken nap, and I've just woken up, and I've got no beer, and the shop's closed. And drinking this.
Well, if you don't have a headache, you're good.
But I do have a little bit of weed, so I might have to pop out for another spliff soon. But yeah, that's nice.
Cool. Right on.
At least I have something.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Good to have
How's
you.
it going?
Thanks.
What have I missed?
Well, you've not really missed much.
Not a lot.
If I woke up from day drinking, I look pretty bad now, so I probably look about the same. Yeah, all right, cool. You look good, Natalie, for day drinking.
A little bit dazed.
Yeah, cool.
We've got both the guys in the stream right now who owe me $20. How are you feeling about that bet?
If you want to double it, I mean, what? I'm all right.
No.
I said if you want to double it. I just feel bad because it's kind of unfortunate.
I
don't know how I feel about taking your money. I really like you, Graham.
One thing that I find that the media is fucking really
aphids money.
One thing that you can say in the media is a lot of the pre-polling numbers of who's going to win this, who's going to win that. Sometimes that shit is so off when it comes down to the election. Oh yeah. So right now there's a lot going on. They're saying that Biden is a lot ahead but I mean, it's all bullshit, man, until the vote happens. So.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I made that bet entirely off my feels. There was it's not a huge amount of analysis there. Although my feels are that I don't think the stuff with Biden being ahead right now is nonsense. You've got 3 debates, and that's what's going to make it. And he can only sort of hide. Biden can only hide his sort of mental decline for so long, can't he? Before people.
Well, plus people Trump's doing such a good job with this coronavirus that he's going to win everybody over with that.
Amazing, yeah.
No win situation, no matter who's at the helm. To be honest,
and it amuses Biden amuses me because it's like that. When you got Spinal Tap that were on a episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And they come out and go, "Hello, Springfield," and it's not Springfield.
Right.
That's Biden. That's Biden through and through.
It's a really interesting one. On the back of the guitar, I believe, and he looked at it, and it was like the label from the last show.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. But it's an interesting one though. I'm really, really excited for November. It's going to be very, very exciting. Sort of once you guys sort your fucking postal voting nonsense out.
Yeah, we got the thing today. It said what we wanted to do, and then we filled it out. I think we're going to mail it in. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Aford, are you going to go and do the thing or post?
I don't know how much. My wife was just asking me about that. I don't know how much of a warning we need. I'd rather go in person. But I mean,
I like.
If we're gonna be crammed in with like thousands of people because they really want to vote this time around, and we're all like in some dank like hall, I don't want to go do that, so I'll mail it in. But I don't know if you have to tell them like 3 months in advance.
Is it not mailed in via Russia so they can just have a quick look at it and post it up?
Yeah, they routed through Moscow, and, then Washington. No, but seriously, what's going to happen? Like 10, 20 million people are going to mail in their votes. They're going to fuck it all up, and it's going to be a huge controversy because it's just.
Well, Trump's going to say it's all fake.
Well, both sides are going to say it's fake. That's the thing. That's the problem. Like,
could be.
They are. I mean, that you've literally just had an election where 20% of the postal votes were put in the bin. 20%. That's an insane. It was like thousands and thousands of votes, and that isn't a partisan thing. That's something that both sides are going to use to challenge whichever way it goes.
Yeah, but if you look at the voting in the past like 10 years, whether it's mail-in, whether it's in person, the percentage that has went wrong is very, very small. And I know that the one you're talking about is 20%, but overall, you're picking one that was bad. But overall, it's not been that way at all. I mean, Trump, even when he got elected, he was so butthurt about not getting the popular vote. He had some henchmen go around and go tally everything up because he wanted to try to prove that he actually did win. And he didn't. He just wasted millions of dollars and a lot of taxpayers' money and time.
Yeah.
So there really isn't a lot. There really isn't a lot of bad voting.
I mean, I got absolutely murdered on my feed this week. There was this whole article, I think it was the Washington Times, and it was going on about the changing the name of the Washington Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that, yeah.
As a joke and in satire, I posted a picture of Trump with a red thing tied round it, red tie tied round his head. And it said, Washington, orange skins. And, oh my God, I got flamed. I must have got about 200 people message me and say, "I want to kill you." And I'm going,
that's gonna piss everyone off, isn't it? Trump fans and not Trump, Trump haters. They're all gonna find a reason.
You know me.
It just came in. It was like, "Babling, you've got a message." Babling, 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 and I was like, going, probably shouldn't have done that.
No, that was a good one. That was innocuous and funny as hell.
Cypher man, what's your cat's name?
Beast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I have a female named Tiger. Tiger's a reincarnation of my childhood tiger. She came back to me through the pluriverse from 40 years away.
Yep.
Nice.
My wife asked too. She loves cats. We can't have a cat because I'm allergic.
Yeah. I can't have a cat because of my landlord, but
I think it's mean to have just one cat. I mean, you should have two. They can keep each other company.
Yes.
Right. They can look at each other from across the room.
And hiss. Right.
Graham, was that the police or whatever going past your house?
Yeah.
It sounded pretty loud, man.
Yeah. The arms up.
I thought you guys
pose.
Yeah.
What's it mean?
I'm not too far from the hospital, so it's usually an ambulance. There's this is the route they take in and out, basically.
Yeah, sure, man.
Do
not miss that.
Your sirens sound just like ours. I used to think your sirens sounded a lot different than American sirens.
Maybe we changed them. Oh, dude, speaking of American, I watched Backdraft this morning. I hadn't watched that film in fucking years, and I was like, oh, mate, America does not make movies this cheesy and this good anymore. It was like they are the worst firemen that have ever existed. They're just doing all these danger runs into burning like rooms and shit. And it was great, man. It made me miss an America that doesn't really exist in the media now. There's sort of like almost no self-awareness in terms of the heroic story. At the end of the film, it said how many active firemen there were in America, the United States now, and it was just fucking great. There was black and white people doing different things and getting saved, but none of it was like a symbol of oh, we've ended racism now because look, we've put a black victim in this film or any of that. It was the thing that was quite common in the 90s for America, where everyone was just kind of fucking together, and that was the narrative.
Yeah, but it did American. It helped me. I never really knew what the hell a backdraft was, and then in the movie, they're in the house or something, and you see the fire climbing up the wall.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was so ace. It was great. I loved it.
Of course, years later on Live Leak and a lot of the shit, you always see the fires blowing out the doors and shit, and in videos. Now I know that is a backdraft. It's I don't know, a suction vacuum thing and oxygen, and it was cool.
The only thing you want to worry about is if you're hearing a siren and you're in the US, you want to make sure you're insured because it's going to cost you $2,500 for that ambulance.
Of course.
Yeah, better have insurance.
I've been there and I've done that.
Yeah. Yeah, over here somebody's paying eventually. Somebody's paying. That's the thing. It's it's a business.
Well, I remember
a really big fucking business too.
I was insured, and I made the mistake of my wife was ill, and we got an ambulance from, I think it was Caesar's Palace, and the guy said, "Which hospital do you want to go to?" And I went, "I don't know, what's a good one?" And he went, "This one," and he took us to this hospital. And the difference was, if I'd have gone to the local general, it would have been $1,500 for the ambulance. But where he took us was the private one, and it was $2,500. And when we got there, we got there, they're getting my wife out the back, and they're taking her in. And this woman went, "Do you have insurance?" And I went, "Yeah, there's my documents." She went, "We'll just have to take a charge on your credit card now." And I went, yeah, no problem. I said, how much? And she went, $2,000. I was like, going, okay.
Yeah.
That's scary for a British
for it, man. Big bucks. Hospitals bankrupt a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they do.
You've got to love the NHS over here. I mean, even though people knock it, it's one of the best things we have.
It's a slow service, but at least it's free and you actually get somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not free though, is it? You are paying that $1,000. You're just paying it in a different way.
Yeah.
You're paying through your national insurance and
it's general taxation as well. So it's all your food and fuel and everything. You are paying for it though. It's like it's a bit of a bait and switch when we're like it's free, but it's like it's not. It's like we have some of the highest food costs in Europe and the world. There's no like the same with gas. An American might pay a fifth for their petrol that we pay.
Yeah, I heard you guys pay by the liter, correct?
Yeah, and it's way more expensive. I can't remember the difference.
What's the liter cost right now, average?
I don't know.
It's like 160, isn't it?
Is it 160 now? Jesus.
I don't know.
So that's probably $2 a liter here. So there's 3.7 liters in a gallon. So you'd be looking at almost like $7 for a gallon of gas in the US.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
It's £1.13, £1.20.
Right now for us, it's about $2, $2.50. So for you, that would be per liter. I don't know, 75 cents or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's literally exactly it, because when we pay on our fags, we pay on our booze, so there's a thing where we're like we do walk into hospital and go, thank God we didn't have to pay that $1,000, but there's the other side of it where over the year leading up to that you have definitely paid that $1,000.
Yeah,
you already have it.
Right. Yeah, you think about it, if they're coming from the Middle East with ships and going to you guys, that gas should be a lot cheaper than the United States.
You've got to look on the flip side, though, Graham. I mean, on the flip side, if you actually are ill, and I mean, like my wife was, you need chemotherapy, radiotherapy, right?
Yeah.
When she was in the hospital in America and they said, right, your cancer's come back, and we flew back to the UK. We were talking to the doctor, and the doctor over there said, like, it's going to be like so many $1,000s for one cycle here, and you fly back to the UK, and even when they say to you that's terminal, they still treat you and they look after you. You've got to think, well, that money and that taxes that I've paid, like my wife was given 4 months to live, and she lived 6 years. But if she hadn't have had the treatments over those 6 years, it would have been a very different thing. And you've got to understand that, you might be paying into something that you might be one of these lucky people that's never going to get ill and never going to use this system.
You will, though. You will. 90% of NHS costs are in the last 6 months of your life. Every single person, unless you die in a freak car accident, every single person, whether you get cancer at 40 or cancer at 80, every single person in the UK gets the service that they have paid for eventually. Exactly. Everyone does. But then that's the thing, though. You're not necessarily you're not getting service that you've consented to. I'm not saying it's bad. There's a lot of issues with the American system, and there's a lot of issues with the UK system. But the thing in the UK is that we are bred from a very, very young age to be insanely sort of patriotic in terms of like, well, I walked in and they did the best and they're heroes, and we ignore the fact that we actually do pay for it. We genuinely do. You are getting a service that you pay for.
I always say that's, and I'm going to be probably flamed for this, but that's the naivety of the left. I've got a lot of friends who believe in that sort of politics, and they say, "Oh, we've got this free NHS system," and I go, "Well, no, actually, you're paying for it. You've got taxation, you've got national insurance, you're paying extra on your gas money, you're paying extra on cigarettes, alcohol,
everything, absolutely everything in your life." Yeah.
And then they go, no, it's free, and I'm going, it isn't.
Right. No, here's the thing, though, and this is the thing that I got into a big shouting match about it, and I'm not going to do that tonight. But if you've got ALL, which is the kind of leukemia that 780 kids in this country get every year, the only treatment for ALL is provided in America. Now, if you live in the UK, you are guaranteed to be taxed your entire life to pay for an NHS that refuses to treat your ALL. So there's 780 children, not entirely children, but mostly children in this country right now who we just refuse to treat. We won't pay for it. We don't pay for doctors to come here. We don't pay for those kids to go to America. They are literally just on their own.
Yeah, but we've had that before. There's been a lot of high-profile cases of people with young children who wanted to take them to various other countries for treatment. And the local NHS authorities have actually took it to court to stop the parents taking.
Yeah. And it's don't get me wrong. There's a lot of amazing things about the NHS. I broke my arm the other day. I was out the same day. I'm never going to beyond buying ibuprofen. There's no financial concerns whatsoever. But we have to acknowledge.
You need to stop riding a skateboard, Graham.
You know what? I was telling the guy in the pet shop, I was like, yeah, I fell off my bike. And he was like, your motorcycle? And I was like, no, my pedal bike.
Well, you can't be playing in the MMA fight, dude. You can't even ride a bike. What are you fucking
But
crazy?
what I'm saying about the NHS though is we do have to identify the weaknesses of that, in that, you know, consent is removed completely. You pay for it your entire life, and then if you get lucky, the disease or illness you get is covered by the NHS. If you get unlucky and you get one that the NHS doesn't cover, then it's tough shit. You go on GoFundMe and you try your very best to raise $500,000 to go to America, where you're going to beg doctors there. And here's the thing, like, you can talk about like insurance in America, but if you're in the UK and you're under the National Health Service, which is our insurance system, you are not covered at all in America. You are paying full price. And this is why I get very, very angry at Jeremy Corbyn right now, because he stands there with his bits of paper going, we're not going to sell the NHS off to America and all that bullshit. And it's like what we should be doing right now. And if Labour genuinely cared, because ALL, for one example, that one kind of leukemia, and there's other things that the NHS don't cover, but just that one kind, right? If you're Boris Johnson's kid and you get ALL, Boris Johnson is going to pay for that to get sorted out. Jacob Rees-Mogg has got the money to get the treatment. You'll be straight over there. The problem is that right now, the poorest of us, pretty much everyone in this screen right now, can't afford that $500,000 to go to America for treatment. And right now, Jeremy Corbyn should be saying, when we reopen our trade negotiations with America, we need to get some sort of insured style thing. So instead of $500,000, it's costing 20,000. And I know 20,000 isn't nice, but it's doable if you want to save your kids' lives.
It just won't happen, because I mean, I remember
they're not even advocating for it though. Labour don't even care. They don't care. That's my issue.
Just talking about insurance actually to go on holiday to America. I can remember when my wife didn't have cancer. It cost us buttons, you know.
Yeah, it was like 16 quid for me for 6 months or something. It was nothing.
Couple $100, and we went over to America for as long as we wanted. Then she got cancer, and we didn't go. We used to regularly go every year, and she got the all clear. And they said, right, okay, well, you can go to America, but you won't be insured for this, this, and this. And I went, oh, okay, that's fine, because we're only going for 2 weeks. She just wants to have a holiday. And they went, that'll be 2,900 quid, please. And
this is
more than the whole.
This is it, though. When we talk about trade deals with America, we've got all this nonsense lies about selling the NHS, and fucking all we fucking talk about is chlorinated chicken. Whereas what we should be talking about, what we could be talking about, is a genuine partnership in terms of healthcare. You know, where we are actually looking after each other, where insurance is costing fuck all between the two countries. And none of those, and I'm not just pissed off at Labour, I'm pissed off at the Tories as well, because none of them are having those conversations. It just doesn't exist.
Sorry. I'm just laughing at Smoke Steve cleaning his teeth with the K-bar.
Is that what he was doing? I wasn't really following.
He's doing what?
He's just sitting back. Do you know why he's sitting back? Because the average household income in America is about 20,000 more a year than it is here. So
is this thing on? I didn't.
All this talk of how much things cost is fucking easily covered in terms of how much more money they make. We never include that in the conversations about America. And not only that, he actually knows the fucking the thing that we never ever discuss in the UK, which is your chance of survival. We put that right at the bottom, like, you know, you're like, and we are doing really fucking badly. You know, cancer and all that. We are, like, in terms of the league tables, we're right fucking down there. That's not to say that America is good, but if you want to survive, it's where you need to go. Definitely, 100%.
If this is a stream from America, I'm waiting a couple of seconds and for the Geico advert to come in the middle.
Who was that lizard, man? When I went to America, everyone was like, "You sound just like that lizard, the gecko."
It's Geico adverts. They're on everything. Yeah. Was
it the Geico gecko? I think they've changed his voice now, but 10 years ago, the little fucker sounded like me.
I'm in a war, a bidding war between Geico and Liberty, and Liberty's winning. No, I'm kidding.
American adverts weird. American adverts are so fucking weird.
I love the ones that they go, right, go and see your physician. This may help your blood pressure, and it lists all these things, and then it goes, also may cause hives, death, blah, 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 and it lists about 20 things that could possibly kill you, and you go,
they always say diarrhea. I'm like, do they have to throw that one in? I mean, that's a bad advertisement, dude.
Mate, I'm there already. Just give me the drugs. I'm not asked about diarrhea. That's not a warning. That's just a fucking prediction.
That's just life, I guess, for old
that's just life at 40.
Poor feller.
Anyway, what's going on with Biscuit Vapes? He's got hair and a beard.
I don't know.
Have we not had like any vodka and a Zoom?
I don't know. Biscuit, are you watching a movie or something over there?
No. I was on the Independent website reading up about cancer rates with UK and America.
Oh, really? Don't go in that hole right now, man. Don't go in that hole right now. No, because you've seen me screaming my lungs out about it here. And, you know, for a start, Independent is not a good place to start for information.
I just Googled it and it would.
Yeah, I mean, well, a good place to go if you want to get really angry is check the actual NHS websites. Check our own official data.
I'm not.
And you'll see how little of it they actually publish.
I will not check the source because the source has a tendency to lie.
Well, but we have an Office of National Statistics though.
Yeah.
We have a literal thing where they just print pure data. You know.
I know from previous history that Independent and what's the other one? I forget what the other one's called. But it's another newspaper anyway. But that lies a lot more.
Yeah, no, they all lie. Well, lie by frame in terms of framing and omission and all that nonsense. Yeah. But no, have fun going down the NHS isn't nearly as good as I was brought up to think rabbit hole because it's a fun time. And then just as you hand your mum off to them and you're like, suddenly I don't believe in you at all.
What I caught was that we're at bottom at league tables and Australia's doing rather well.
You're doing all right. I mean, well, here's the thing in terms of the insurance model. Everyone points at America, which is just phenomenally corrupt. The whole Medicare thing has meant the government is involved at every fucking level and it's destroyed it. But we never talk about the fact that most of Europe is private. Not private. It's insurance based. But you have a sort of card, you know, like I am a citizen of this country, therefore I pay it in.
Do we factor in the fact that America are fundamentally causing adults to get cancer into the situation?
America's doing that.
Yeah, of course
as a monolith. The evil comes down.
I'm on about lung cancer here with the way they're trying to get rid of e-cigarettes and bumping up the amount of people that are going back to smoking. Whereas the UK are literally trying to get people off smoking and save people from lung cancer.
The only thing that's legal here is the e-liquid. You can buy
even the e-liquid, if it's flavored, you can't have it in America in some states.
I retract my scoff, because you're right there. America is causing cancer.
Yeah.
America has been banning them. San Francisco just banned them outright, didn't they?
Fucking Andrew Cuomo took the fucking coronavirus, situation to fucking ban all e-cigs while everyone's fucking about with pandemic.
Don't you say that man's name in my house.
It's a cunt.
Massachusetts just banned all vaping except for e-liquid with like a proper vaporizer, I guess.
Do you know what?
And also, menthol cigarettes are banned in this state now.
Do you know what they're allowing? The one thing that was causing all the fucking lung disease in the first place, the fucking weed vape. They're allowing that, but was the whole thing with the vitamin E acetate was the whole reason that fucking people were dying.
It was the illegal ones. Those are still illegal.
With the
ones
acetate.
The ones you can buy at the dispensary are $60 for 0.5 a gram, $70 for half a gram.
Some of those was even found to contain vitamin E acetate because they bought it on the counter.
That's scary shit.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be the good stuff that you don't get fucked up from. It's just supposed to be what? Vegetable glycerin, essentially with THC, right?
Yeah, and CBD, I would imagine. Cannabis oil.
For some of them, but that's scary stuff, man. But you guys are vaping up a storm over there.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, you probably smoke what? A big old corncob pipe?
No. Occasionally, Benson and Hedges Gold.
Benson and Hedges, old school, right? Yeah.
I've just spent 50 quid on these two.
I've not had B&H in ages. You know what I love when I buy B&H? I say, please may I have 10 Benson and Hedges? And they always ID me when I do that. Because no one says Benson and Hedges.
You know what? They'll look at you weird if you ask for 10 now, because they'll go, we only sell them in 20s.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I know I've got ID because I'm definitely old enough. But that's why I always be a bit awkward.
They
sell a half pack of cigarettes, like a 10.
They used to.
One layer.
Yeah, because they're so fucking expensive.
It's 20 Benson and Hedges Gold now in the UK is £13.95.
Oh, no.
That's like $18, isn't it, for 20 cigarettes?
At the beginning, they even tried ripping us off by making it a 19 pack.
But it's okay though, because our fucking ambulances are fucking free, and thank God they are, because we're all so broke because of the crippling taxes.
America, have you heard what America's doing? They're reducing the nicotine, so you have to smoke more.
What?
Yeah,
America's doing that. All of America.
Yep.
What you want is
they're reducing the nicotine content in a cigarette, so you have to smoke more.
These are awesome.
Are they wraps? Like
those are the sweets, right?
Ignore what the Surgeon General says, but these are the best cigars that you can get on the American market. They're awesome.
I only ever had Hamlets, the other little thin ones.
Oh no, these aren't like them. They've got like they've got sugar in them and they taste different. You get like blueberry, you get honey, you get.
They're awesome.
Do you know how to do it then?
Like Clint Eastwood, when they get like halfway down, they hang like weird angle. You're like, fucking, I love that shit, dude.
Chris, will you teach me? Will you teach me to smoke cigars then next week if I get one? Will you show me?
I'll come to Salford some point and say hello. We'll go out for a beer.
Fucking Salford? I don't live in West Manchester. What are you talking about?
As I've said to you the last time, I have definitely met you, and you were in the Sawyer's Arms, and that's in Salford.
I may have been.
Well, what do you want? North with the tweakers or down south with the junkies? I mean, I don't know anything about that.
No, Manchester's got this amazing thing, right? So there's a North Manchester, there's an East Manchester, there's a South Manchester, and then there's a city centre, which is Central Manchester. But there's no West Manchester. No, they insist on calling themselves the City of Salford. But it's West Manchester.
So have you moved out to the lovely place called Denton or Gorton or somewhere in that area?
I've lived in both Gorton and Denton, yes. I know it very well. In fact, I got that scar in Gorton.
Well, everyone gets a scar in Gorton, mate.
That's where I was born. I was born in Gorton. It was very weird to hear someone saying the word Gorton to me because not many people know it even exists.
Oh, I stopped there for about 6 months, and
you poor fucker! I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
You know what they say? Gotten, the city you went in. I don't know what they say. Sorry, I lost it.
I don't live in Gorton anymore because what I enjoy now is at 9 p.m. at night. If I want to go get a bottle of milk, I can do it without running. You know, I quite like that. I could just walk to the shop and buy it and walk home. Oh, this is nice. Nobody tried to kill me.
I'm probably the most northern person here, then, aren't I?
Well, Smoke Steve, Gorton.
You reckon you're the most northern, do you?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely most northern.
Fucking what?
I'm more northern than thee.
You're fucking more northern than me.
I'm more northern than fucking thee.
I'll eat frozen pie right now, mate.
Look. Smoke Steve, Gorton's a bit like Detroit, but a bit rougher.
Yeah. And you guys have got to understand as well.
Rough, bro.
It's reversed in the UK. So like London and saying that someone's southern is like saying they're really soft. It's like saying they're from San Francisco, or something like that. And it's kind of reversed.
A little of the, okay, I understand.
So then people get northern pride in the same way that people get southern pride. You know, like the way Southern Americans think they're the only people capable of being polite. Well, we're kind of similar like that, but it's just reversed. Well, I'm fucking northern. There's a whole metric. Like everyone south of you just
trotting out those stereotypes there.
Yeah, everyone south of you is a soft cunt, and you just hate them. Everyone north of you, you've got you respect them, but then it moves. You get by the time you get to Scotland, you just hate fucking everyone. Oh crap! So him throwing down this more northern than you, he was saying a lot then. He was saying a lot then. He was saying a lot. He's like, I go out with no coat on and everything. Me,
I go out with shorts and t-shirt in the middle of winter.
Yeah, of course, I wear fucking shorts. 365, mate. 365.
Have you seen this skin? I've got
everyday shorts.
I don't need no fucking. In fact, if I can go out in boxers in the middle of winter, it's snow.
I don't even own a coat. What are you on about?
I didn't own a coat till last year.
I got one somewhere. Someone gave it me. It'd be rude not to take it.
Dude, I'm trying to.
Sorry, that was extremely niche humor there. I'm so sorry. Bet your girl wears a coat though, doesn't she? Right? No. I'm gonna go get another drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Me, girl? I don't have a girl. Unless you're about my daughter.
So, Biscuit Vapes, where's your actual accent from? Is that like Yorkshire or Sunderland or somewhere that way?
I've only ever lived in Doncaster, but I guess it's mixed a little with watching American fucking TV all my life and spending more time with the American TV and then slightly with Yorkshire. So I reckon it's a bit of an American/Yorkshire mix.
So if you're a bit of a Doncaster, what rugby team will that be?
That'd be Doncaster. Wait a minute.
Doncaster Rovers.
No, not Rovers. It's I can't remember what they're called. They're not Donny Rovers. That's football. Or is it Rovers? No, it's not Rovers. Hold on.
I can't remember. I mean, it's been years since.
They use the same stadium, I believe, now. The one at Turkey Moat.
Oh, yeah. The Americans are looking at us confused, right? Rugby.
I'm going to bring Ify back in here. Ify, what's up? How are you, kid?
Right.
It's actually pronounced.
That's it.
So that's it, Ify. Yeah,
I was trying to get your attention in chat. Can we eat back on the discussion of cancer and vaping and smoking? There's an individual in the chat who's starting this weekend Monday. So just out of respect of PP away, can we please just not discuss it, just to be respectful?
Yeah, she's saying about PB. Let's all give PB Awakes big love, and she's great.
Yeah, big love, PB. I hope you get better. Is it a girl or boy? I don't know.
So cool. Yeah, I mean,
anyway, I hope you get better.
I think we just need to ease off of the cancer discussion. Also, PB is going to be very tender and very, very upset at the moment. So just to get out of respect for PB Awakes.
I can't really hear you too well myself. I don't know if you guys could hear.
If anyone can hear me,
can I hear a bit better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, just to respect PB Awake, who is starting her treatment Monday for cancer, can we please ease back on not discuss cancer? Also, PB Awake is going to be in the tender stages where they're raw. This is also a frightening time for them and for their family. So just because there's been so much discussion about vaping, smoking, and cancer, just to really respect PB Awake, I would just ask that we need back on that discussion.
On the what?
To back off the
on
cancer
the discussion of cancer.
Sure, of course. Yeah, no problem. The discussion of cancer. Of course.
It's just obviously I'm conscious for PB Awake.
If that's
and PB Awake family.
I will apologise. The only reason why I brought up the discussion of cancer is obviously my wife died at Christmas, and
I am so sorry.
She'd had cancer for 7 years, and it was just something that I had to get off my chest and talk about. But I completely
that's understandable. Have you got access to a support group that you can talk to?
Yeah, I've got a good bereavement support group that I'm talking to at the moment.
Okay.
I still actually talk to all the girls from her current chemotherapy group because with all this lockdown that's been going on, they've not had the treatments that they were supposed to have when they should have had them. And I've kept in touch with all of them because, they held my wife up while she was going through it, and I want to be there and help them if I can.
It's really, really lovely of you. That's really lovely. I've actually suffered a few bereavements due to cancer. In fact, my cousin who died almost 2 years ago, he kept it very, very quiet. He was riddled with cancer as a priest. But I'm not going to go much further into it. Sadly, he drowned. He went for a holiday to Spain and went out for a swim and just went down to the bottom of the pool. I don't know what overtook him, but thank you. I know that Nicky would not want, if he was alive, he wouldn't deal with this coronavirus very well. He was 73. He wouldn't have coped very well. So in one way, I'm glad that he's not here to endure the mask crap and stuff.
Yeah, I hear you. My dad was going to come up. My dad was going to come up to visit us here. He lives in Florida now, like a lot of what they call snowbirds. They moved from Massachusetts to Florida, and just recently he sent us a text that said trips off, can't do it. Poor guy. He's in his 80s, so he's like
your audio's just come back and it's quite good now. I've just realised that's pronounced Aoife, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have a friend in Ireland with the same name, and I was thinking, That's Aoife.
Okay, where's your friend Aoife in Ireland? It's just such a horrible, common name. I hated.
She is in Dublin.
Okay, well, Dublin's the capital. I'm way down the west.
I've only ever been to Dublin, and I've been to Belfast, and they're very vastly different places. I love Ireland. It's a lovely place to be.
Absolutely vastly different. I would never go back to the north. Never.
Yeah.
Why not?
I was up there with my ex-fiance. I'd never go back there. Never.
Why though? Why? What's the difference?
Have you ever been there, Greg?
Different.
No, that's why I'm asking.
I felt that
Too
my
many
Irish
drugs.
Republican accent. Excuse me. I just felt that my Republican Irish accent may be a trigger for some people. And I don't want to put that out there, so I feel safer in mainland UK than I do the north.
Well, put it this way, Graham. Right, me and my mates went, and it was very silly. But my mate went, "Okay, we're gonna go to Belfast," and I went, "What?" He said, "He goes, it's for such a body stag do," and I went, "Okay." So we all got a plane and we went over, right? And I went, "We're in Belfast. Behave yourself, lads." And they were going, no, everything's going to be okay. And you get on these buses. You've got like the town hall, and you get on a bus, and it takes you down to Stormont, which is the basically Parliament. And they take you around there, and then they take you back down these roads, and you look at the murals, and you can get on and off the bus if you want. And we got off on a place called Crumlin Road in the middle of Belfast. And we all went into a pub, piled in, right? And me being the one who just works for a normal company and they're just being me mates and idiots, ordered a load of beer, and we all got a pint. And then me mate Mike proceeds to throw a £1 coin into me mate's pint and shout, "God save the Queen." Now I'm looking behind the bar. And there's pictures of people in balaclavas with machine guns and funerals, and I'm going, this is probably not the place to be shouting that. And about 6 or 7 lads got up, and I looked at the lads, and I just went, you know what? I'm going. And I was out the door in a taxi back into the middle of Belfast before my mates had even realised what was going on. And I met up with them about 6 hours later, and they went, "That didn't go well." And I went, "I didn't think it would do." And they were going, "Why?" And I was going, "Right, we're on the edge of Crumlin Road. There's a massive, massive bollard and gates that close twice a day there. You've got murals either side of the road, which are anti-UK murals, and you go in and throw £1 in a pint glass and go, "God save the Queen." What did you think was going to happen?
Really,
you know,
not very good situational awareness there.
You know,
yeah. And that's why I won't be going back up north. Plus, being a sentimental woman, having been there with my now ex-fiance, whom my abusive aunt broke up with, my aunt decided to get involved and tell a bad lie to my ex-fiance, simply because she's jealous and doesn't believe in me as a person. She doesn't believe in any of my ability, and she wanted control. So she was trying to even dictate to me how I should be dressing, how my hair should look, etc. And I just turned on you. I actually said, you know what? The greatest thing I ever did was Daisy's charity. And it was like the greatest FU to my aunt.
To be fair, yeah, it's really terrible.
I won't go to the north again because, as I say, I was there with David, my now ex, whom I still love. Almost 7 months on, I still love the bones of him. And he completely blocked me off every communication that I had with him. has my communication come down again?
No,
it's fine.
I can hear you. Yeah, you're fine.
I can hear you, but it's
sorry.
just like
My headphones
Not
don't
good.
work any longer, so I can't use them.
Well, I always wanted to go to Northern Ireland. Is it for the 12th when they have the bonfires? Because everyone says
it
it's
didn't
awesome.
happen this year. It didn't happen.
Didn't happen
You know,
this year,
the big
no.
pandemic,
bonfires
Pandemic.
bonfires.
or bonfires. Yes.
I had an Irish guy start a fight. You know, when the bomb went off, not the IRA bomb, the recent one, the Muslim dude that killed all the kids. The Thursday after that, when we did the show, because did the bomb go off on the Monday, and everyone was kind of indoors for a couple of days, and then we went to do the Thursday show for the Live Leak show, and on the way there was this Irish dude at a bus stop just screaming at this fucking girl. Like, it was a girl. She had that, not the full burqa, like just the niqab, you know, covering her hair and shit. So she was visibly a Muslim, and he was getting in her face, telling her to go home and all this shit. And she's just a fucking kid, man. She's just some like literally like a student, like obviously at 18, 19. So I stopped and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man? Fuck off!" And we got into this big thing, and he starts screaming about how I'm IRA, you better fucking watch it. And I was like, if you were the fucking IRA, then you'd have a little bit of sympathy for judging people collectively for people's actions. If you were actually in the IRA, you wouldn't be going up to some fucking Muslim child and screaming at her. You'd understand.
You're going to hate me then. You're really going to hate me. You're going to hate me with vengeance.
He wasn't though. I'm not going to hate you. He wasn't IRA. He was just trying to threaten me.
You are going to hate me. You are going to hate me. Guess who was married to Jermaine Lindsay, the 7/7 bomber?
Oh, really?
Guess who Jermaine Lindsay's first wife was?
Who?
Me. You're looking at her. Yes.
I'm not
fucking around. I'm not fucking about. I'm serious. Scotland Yard came over to Ireland and spoke to me in a woman's refuge. That is no word of a lie.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely stay out of the north.
The international media made me look like I was fucking well insane on their stupid newspapers. I will never, so long as I live, will I ever give another interview to a rag, because they lied and they twisted shit that I said.
Don't hate you for the actions of others.
Yeah, I don't hate you. That's the exact point I was making to this dickhead shouting at this girl. You know, it's like you can't hate someone for someone else.
Like, I was with him for 7 days. I was with the guy for 7 days. He went on to marry Samantha Lutway, a.k.a. Sharafia, a.k.a. White Widow. He had 2 kids with her.
Wow.
When he did what he did. Now, I had no contact with the guy. I lost contact after day 7, but I was still spoken to by Scotland Yard. My blood ran fucking well cold when I found out.
They do that.
My blood ran freaking well cold.
No,
they do that, and they not rehouse, but remove. I mean, if you look at like what's gone on over here, I mean, in the last 6 or 7 years, I believe UDF, was it Johnny Mad Dog Adair got moved to Bolton, and there was absolute murder over there. There was a few others that got rehomed over on the UK, and a few, I think a few went to Scotland and various other places, and
I don't mind. They were proper British terrorists. Them. They used to phone in, like, you get out of there first, so there was no deaths. They didn't want to be British. They didn't want to be British, but they were.
No. They didn't phone in. You went. This bomb's going to go off here.
Sorry.
Pardon?
My blood ran cold when I found out what Jermaine had done, but I was gone 3 years from Jermaine when he did what he did. Now, I had zero contact with him. And the funny thing about it is, while I was on the boat with David North, I said to David there was a holiday boat coming up behind us from a hire company. And I said, David, now that you've taught me how to operate locks and stuff, I'll let this boat come in with us. You know, I'll fly them in beside us. So I was doing hand signals to the boat behind us, saying, "Fuck, slow down, don't try and catch us." We had a deeper draft, and I was worried. Having that deeper draft, I was just worried about how I was going to get this boat's attention and get them to slow it, so that I could actually catch them coming into the lock. I didn't want them slapping the gate off the lock, as it were, with the speed. Guess who happened to be skippering that boat?
I would
call
guess
on the lock.
the police.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. The retired New Scotland Yard detective who had initially interviewed me in Ireland was skippering the fucking hire boat behind me. And as soon as
Graham,
he come into the lock beside me, he got off the boat with his wife, and I yelled at him, "Get the fuck back on your boat!
Here you go, PB.
Stand over to the right hand side."
You know,
Right.
there's a weird thing with doing trigger warning. You know, like we've took the piss out of everyone. That's kind of part of the thing. You know, we take the piss out of everyone. We talk about Israel and all sorts, and we like Hayden insists Belgium doesn't exist. We make jokes about everyone.
You want to say that though, Graham? If you drive down the Peace Wall in Ireland, there's a massive thing that basically says, you know, the Irish and Israel, and it's got a whole thing of
the
like.
murals have been painted over.
But here's the weird thing though. Even with like, you know, taking the piss out of like Islam and all that other shit, man, we've never had any like serious threats apart from Irish people. They're the ones that are texting us at 3 a.m. saying we're coming in an hour and all this. We get some weird fucking threats from Ireland, and we laugh at all of them because they're always nonsense. But like we Irish people are the fucking worst for it. Really, really horrific. Like literally, me and Hayden phoning each other at 3 a.m. going, "Is this a police matter or not?" Like, it's so funny. No one else, even the looniest, most hardcore Muslims, just let it go. But the Irish are like, "Fucking, we'll go kill you."
They're crazy, man. I'm half Irish, half English.
Hang on, I'm going to turn this to the window.
All right.
I think I had family in Lincolnshire.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, as I was saying, and this is no word of a lie, I was with Jermaine Lindsay for 7 days. Jermaine went on to marry Samantha Liswaite. The guy skippering the boat behind us in the hire company boat actually was the New Scotland Yard detective who is now retired. And he got off the boat to try and speak with me, and I roared at him, like, "Get the fuck back on the boat because you're the one controlling or skippering the boat." So he gets back on the boat and he agrees to reverse slightly so that I can push him to the right of the lock. So then I said to David, will I rope them onto the back of us and they can be pulled along? And he said, "No, we've got a deeper draft, we'd only overturn them." So because our boat sat lower into the water, he was worried that we'd take them down with us if we end up in a sticky situation because the boat was deeper into the water. And they were bombing and they started bombing trying to keep up with us. We got to a point and I said, "All right, David, I think we've lost them," because I had basically full throttle along as we were heading for Clongowne. And we were about, I'd say, 3-4 miles from the Red Lion Hotel.
Thanks, BB. I offer you wine and you say crap.
We came in alongside the bank, and I said, "Here, tell you what, we'll wait for them to kind of half catch us up." And I'm laughing, I'm saying to David, "You've got no idea who's fucking skippering that boat behind me, but you're about to find out." So long story short, anyway, we catch the boat coming up behind us. I take off again, full throttle on the boat, let them chase me for another couple of miles, moor up at the hotel. They arrive about a minute and a half after we board. And I'm there, like, saying to their son who was 18, do you want me to get the oil thing and twist that for you? I'll tie you on. So I get the back of their boat and I'm like doing triple and quadruple knots so that they're not going to find it too easy to get away in the morning.
I'm only getting about 75% of what you're saying, but it all sounds like very serious crimes you're admitting to.
Right. And also, does the story actually have an end, or does it just go on?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does have a humor.
I'd just like to
It
say
has a humor thing.
I'd just like to say to PB, sorry, it's not a Chateau Lafite 1787, which is a £14,000 bottle of wine. I'm sorry, it's not up to your standards.
Okay, well, all I'm going to say is, long story short, they pull in beside us at the hotel. I triple and quadruple moor the boat up at the back so that they'll have difficulty escaping in the morning. So I decided to put in a few bad knots instead of doing the proper boat knot. I decided because this guy is a retired cop, I was going to be a bitch.
A retired cop.
I started doing triple knots.
Narrow boats are coming. Hold on to the door. They'll be taking the key from the door.
I start triple knotting. I started
Narrow
triple
boats.
No.
Yo, check it out. Look at this beautiful microphone I built, Graham.
Very nice, actually. Yeah, no, I like that.
The deep climb.
Biscuit vapes.
Yeah.
Right. Next time you're next time you're offering someone in Ireland a drink, don't offer them wine. Poutine.
No, whoa.
Chris, it's the best drink.
Chris, PB said she wanted some red wine, so I offered her a bottle of reddish wine.
No, that's not. No. You need poutine. Poutine is the best stuff. Notting Hills does it. It's really good.
No, apparently Chateau Latif is the best.
Okay. Guys, I've got someone coming around tomorrow. I'm gonna have to cook, so I'm gonna have to go so that I'm not.
Okay, well, before you go, just to finish this story as quickly as I can.
Oh my God!
This guy is more just beside me, and he goes, "You remember who I am, don't you? I recognize that face." I said, "Oh fuck yes." I said, "So much for being Tom. Now you're tying me your mic." You know.
They don't know. They don't know.
I told David. I said, David, you're not going to believe who this chap is. Talk about New Scotland Yard following me. I said, I've got the fucking police. There's no end to them.
Stop admitting to crimes. Let's get the channel found on.
I can only understand every second word.
Seriously, there's no fucking
escape. I heard that.
This is why Americans like the Irish so much, isn't it?
Yeah,
Did you have a rant? You're admitting to half the time.
There's got to be a factor of limitations, so we're all right.
They'll just stand there telling you the worst things in the world, and you're absolutely horrible.
Right. Well, at the International Pub, we have people who speak foreign languages, like the Irish woman here with I don't know what the hell she's saying.
Aoife.
Well, to be fair, a lot of that's the microphone.
I've heard
if you had all the frequencies, it would be pretty understandable. There's a real high timbre.
With the big hair. The person with the big hair. You're just lucky I can't wait to see your name.
All right.
I'm betting Aoife can speak a bit of Gaelic.
I'm proud of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can he speak Gaelic?
Yeah, your mic's not picking up the lower frequencies at all, just in case nobody told you. I mean, we can understand you, but you would be much more understandable if we could hear all the frequencies.
I don't believe she had any low frequencies. They were too high-pitched.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean for you to go.
She's not. I don't think her feelings for her. She was done. Then she might come back too.
Yeah, maybe.
Never know.
I thought she said she was all right with a bit of ribbing.
Well, that was fun. Yeah, she was. I think she even said early on that she was. Yeah, she did. But yeah, that's that microphone webcam setup or whatever that was.
That was a phone, 100%.
Well, that's why I had to change mine. When I first came on this, I couldn't hear anyone. Then I got the mic and the headset, and it changed absolutely everything.
Yeah, night and day.
I mean, I'm just working on my C920, but the C920 is fantastic.
Sounds
the webcam
sounds looking good, sounding good, brother. Perfect.
And then, unfortunately, I took Smoke Steve's advice and got absolutely hammered one night and went out and bought a guitar.
Oh yeah. What'd you get, man?
A ludicrously expensive one that I'm never going to learn to play.
That's why you buy a cheap one. Learn to play, and then buy your expensive one.
Well, that could also be an investment.
Well, 1 second. I'm never going to play it, but you'll laugh at it.
Here we go. What's it going to be? Les Paul, Fender Strat, or are we talking more exotic? I'm thinking more exotic.
If it was expensive, a Fender Strat's not too expensive here.
American custom shop, couple $1,000.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Man.
It's an ovation.
Nice.
It's an ovation. It's an ovation acoustic. Beautiful.
Yeah. I bought that and I bought a cello on the same day. And I haven't played a cello in 25 years.
I'll be right back. Just going for a piddle.
But I've really fancied this ovation. And I don't play acoustic. So
gorgeous, man. Beautiful.
It's nice. That's the one without the sound hole, so that baby's going to be muted. But when you put that into a nice acoustic amp, it just sounds like an orchestra. Man, they are a beautiful sounding guitar.
I bought that, the cello, and this on the same day. A uke. I went on
that has like unusual Are those pickups? Is that an electric? No, it's an unusual.
No, right.
It's a cut. It's like 2 holes cut.
1 minute. Let me see if I can.
Thing looks unusual. I love it.
Let me see if it'll power up. I don't know if I've charged it.
It's all right. Oh, wow. It charges. Cool. A chargeable ukulele.
Basically, it's got a pickup on the inside, and then you can sync it with your phone or an app on your PC. And as you play the songs, it'll actually put a light on the fretboard where you want to put your fingers. So it was just a random purchase, but I went on a bit of a fucking mental and bought like loads of instruments all on one day.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Music is awesome. Music. Oh, yeah, Biscuit's got the guitar. What do you got there?
A Kimbara.
Kimbara. I'd never heard of it. Cool.
Exactly. It's made in Japan.
Nice.
In fact, I was that sad. I bought one of every harmonica.
Every key? Every major key?
Yeah.
A through G. Nice.
Dropped it.
And then got a cease and desist on Facebook because I was I played what was it? Neil Young Heart of Gold. Neil Young Heart of Gold, and about 5 minutes after putting it up, I got Warner Records has given you a cease and desist.
They got those damn sniffers. They sniff out those audio.
I'm scared to play like a tune on my phone when the show is starting because we could record a 4-hour show and they could be like, "No, you're toast. You had."
They gave me the cease and desist. I put in a fair usage, and it took me 4 weeks for them to agree that I had a fair usage. So I had the sound muted for 4 weeks before they went, that was okay. And all I was doing the harmonica section on Heart of Gold. And they went, no.
Yeah, I wonder if you did the same harmony, but in a different key, would they still have?
Well, I don't know. I did it in G because G is the one off the album.
Of course, G chord. Neil Young, all day long.
You know, these bleeding things. I had to bin this off. These are useless.
Sheet's music stand.
No, it's a harmonica thing round your neck.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, they're just absolutely useless.
Yeah, I bet you find the one like Bob Dylan used, because that guy could just go all day with one of those babies. It was amazing.
These are awful. No.
Yep. Yep. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, cool. Graham split, I guess. Natalie's out.
Yeah, Steve, I just put up a text. Audionautics.com is a royalty-free music website that I've used on a lot of my uploads that I put on LiveLeak, and
cool.
It's. I mean, you have to give him attribution, but nothing else. It's completely royalty-free, and he's got some good stuff. I mean, if you take a look, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of digitized music that he has up there, different types, different what do you call them, genres, different paces, different moods, speeds, tempos. It's pretty cool stuff. Yeah,
sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Audionautics.com. I love it.
Yeah, it's over on the sidebar on the YouTube chat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyone here ever checked out Rick Beato on his? It's a guitar. You guys all seem to be music guys.
Sort of.
That's a cool.
I try.
I haven't checked him out. No.
Badly.
Cool. He's a good music guy. He does different things between like presenting harmonies and showing you how that works in rock and roll. And
I understand piano better than guitar.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's all transferable. If you understand piano.
Yeah. I actually have an electronic. I'm looking at it right now. An electronic keyboard piano in the box that I just got from Amazon.
Wait a minute.
Got a stand, a stool. It's got the whole shebang. Cheapo thing, but
maybe I've just
bang on a little bit. Got a lot of voices.
Am I right in saying? You know how you've got like a set from say C. Is it C to G on a piano?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got C to G again. Is that like a fret on a guitar?
Yes. They're the same.
No fucking way! We're mind blown all this time.
Right. So Biscuit on a piano, they go literally in the order of the alphabet with the sharps. Where the sharps are on a guitar, they're the same place on the scale on a piano. So
unless you get one of these and you can program whatever you want on any of the buttons.
What? Okay.
That's a launch pad, right? You get a couple of launch pads, get yourself a DJ deck, program what you want on each button, and you just press that button and it will play it. Sample, quit, WAVs, everything. And these are amazing. They're cheap. They're like £100, and you can do whatever you want with them.
I thought I was breaking the bank spending £120 on a fucking graphics card. That's expensive. That's like a month's worth of savings to me.
Okay. I may have just been in the wrong area. I won't go and get my basses then, because I've got a Ibanez K5 corn bass, and that's like about £900, and that's in the living room, and I don't use it.
I'm living on sandwiches because I bought a fucking PS4 last month.
Hilarious. Sandwiches.
Sandwiches and Cocoa Pops.
Nice. What are you drinking tonight, Biscuit? What was that unusual bottle you had?
This one?
You're going straight from the bottle on that baby.
Yeah. I was on Copperberg before. I've had 4 of those, but they cost me like 12 quid for 4. So,
I'm back on just the basic watermelon, strawberry, Crystal Light. One of my sister has just advised, the rest of the family. It's not many of us left, but the rest of the family, we're old. That there's a plexus of vessels, blood vessels at the end of the liver, and it's sort of like a byproduct of what's the bad liver disease that drinkers get?
Is it cirrhosis?
Cirrhosis, yeah. It's sort of like a little related to that, but the liver's not draining. There's some type of blockage in the blood vessels where the liver, I guess it drains, it pushes blood back to the heart, and that's part of the circulation. And there's a stoppage there, a little bit of a pressure on a plexus of, I guess, blood vessels, capillaries and such, and so it's scary. It has, I forgot the name of it. It's got a name that is basically backed up swelling of the liver. That's not cirrhosis. It's a like disease. So she's younger than me too, but she's, you've heard my story sort of. At one point I was sober for not quite 27 years, and then I began drinking again. And she's been a drinker all her life. So even though she's a pretty good bit younger than me, she's having difficulties. It's like, that's a slap in the face, because I was a couple of times I came in here really lit up, heavily. Sweaty, red, lit up, practically shouting weird, drunken stuff. In a happy way. I wasn't mad. I was happy shouting, not
Morgan, I bought the PS4
not angry shouting.
To VR, and I wanted VR now, so I'll buy the PS5 when it comes out.
Say what?
Morgan said I should have waited for PS5, but I'll get that.
Yeah. Good decision to change the topic.
I'll sell PS4 to some idiot and buy PS5 when it comes out.
So, Cypher, you drink now, but you didn't drink for a period of time.
That's right. And I've taken stabs at being sober, and I might have been, along with some biological things that went on with me over the last, month. I haven't had a drink in about a week now. I may be able to put together some real linear, sobriety again. I'd like to, but I'm in that sort of odd state of having to make sure I care enough about myself to want to be better and well and doing what I need to do for myself to stay healthy. It's like, okay, do I want to throw in the towel in my mid to late 60s and just start the descent now, or do I really want to try to go into my 80s and have a cool life, for the last 25-30% of my life? And so I'm having that debate. And this thing that came up with my sister may have been the wake up call that I needed, because I have the tools. I have all the sobriety tools. I didn't do all those years dry knuckled. I white knuckled. I did them with meetings, thousands of meetings. And I understand the society. I understand the process. But there's, as you know, probably there's a huge difference between intellectually understanding it and then making it happen.
So did you do the whole AA with the chips and everything?
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah. I did it.
My friend's doing the same thing at the moment. Really, I shouldn't drink. I've got something called hemochromatosis, which basically it's me blood poisoning myself. I can't get rid of iron. So even if I don't drink, I've got a high percentage chance of getting cirrhosis even without drinking.
Is that a kidney disorder?
No, it's a liver related disorder. Basically your blood won't get rid of iron. So The
I'm
iron.
not smiling at you. I'm laughing at Biscuit Vapes.
There you go, Morgan. I got an Xbox S as well.
He's trying to bring us back to healthy discussion, you know.
Oh, Morgan's asking me questions.
But I'm listening to you, Chris. I understand that it's serious business, you know.
I was
one thing about this place that's nice. You know, we get to talk about it sometimes.
Possibly answering Morgan's question.
Yeah. Oh.
Just by showing my gear.
But you've got it under control pretty much, Chris?
Yeah, well, you get ferritin tests every 3 months to make sure you don't go over a certain level. If you go over a certain level, you've got to go to the hospital and they take blood off you and drop it down to a level that is copable for your body. But there's no stopping it. It's for the rest of your life. I mean, my dad's got it. My dad's dad had it, and that was probably what killed him. Because what it does is it thickens your blood and causes you to have strokes and heart attacks. And he died early of a heart attack. But as long as you manage it and you understand what is going on with your body, everything is fine. But I mean, I've got other mates. Like, I've got a good friend of mine. I won't say his name because he is in the AA program, and
right, yeah, no need to.
He's good now. You know, he's spent a long time getting himself sorted, and you know, I've been in school with him. I've known him for years and years and years, and he's got his life sorted now.
Good. Good.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, being that this is in, the pub, should probably stay clear of here. Unless he's well rehearsed, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go.
Hi.
Go on, Steve, play us a song.
No. That doesn't go over well. I don't know, I do some intros here and there, but I'm not, Thank you, though. That's a nice request, Chris. But
you always have a good laugh when you play a song.
I do. That is true.
I can remember many a feed coming in and you were there going on your guitar, giving it the whole 9 yards.
That's funny, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Biscuit, what the hell kind of a dog is that, anyways?
It's a English Staffordshire Terrier.
So that's the kind that bites everybody, right?
No, that is so wrong, and I am appalled at you for saying that.
Totally, attack dog.
He is if you're a human being, that dog is the gentlest creature on God's earth. Sorry, I don't believe in God. On man's earth.
But Aphid, what does it do with other dogs?
It doesn't like dogs.
So it's
because it was bred for something, possibly, right? Right there, Biscuit?
Just give me a minute and I'll show you it does to other animals.
So it's a Staffy?
He is a Staffy, yeah.
Right, okay. So it loves everyone who's in its house that it knows.
No, it loves anyone. If you come
doesn't
outside,
like any other dog, but if you break into your house, that's gonna kick
No.
If
you break into my house, it'll come to you for attention.
I'm bringing the homeboy in right away here, just because he's still got some sunlight over there. What's up, Aphid?
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
How
man.
you doing, man?
Still daylight where you are.
Yep. What time is it here? 7:30 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an hour behind me in Cypher. So
Yep.
you get your little sun.
First of all, my terrorist daughter.
Jeez, wow.
What you guys talking about in here?
Oh, various and sundry stuff. Some serious, some not.
Where is it?
Gaming, not drinking, liver disease. Fun stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
How graphic are we allowed to show on here?
It's trivial.
Oh,
PG-13. PG-13 is
PG-13.
basically.
I would. My daughter's 8. I'd let her see this.
You're about to get shut down.
Good biscuit face.
Hold on, my finger is elevated above the
Alright.
mouse right now.
If I can
Alright.
bloody find it, hold on.
Don't try Steve. Don't try him.
No, my buddy over here.
It's not that bad.
I don't know if you guys can see my buddy over here in chat. This guy is an old friend. I love him. He's a good buddy. Yeah, I'll show him again.
Jake Gibbs.
He's here with, and another buddy of mine. They're all.
All right.
I mean, if he's in the chat, they're all hanging and drinking. That is cool. These are my
Cheers.
old college friends.
Cheers,
So-
buddy. Drinking.
Aphid Lips, what lovely state are you in that it's still actually light at the moment?
Missouri. You know where that? I'm sure you heard all the Ferguson riots and everything.
I know where that is, yes.
Yeah, that's about 20 miles tops from there.
Yeah, but you're staying in and staying safe, so you seem sensible.
Well, I live out in the suburbs, so there ain't much action out here.
Mm-hmm. It's good, man. You got a nice little spot there, Aphid. Looks
Is
beautiful.
that your pool, Smoke Steve, that you had that picture
No,
of?
no, that's my brother's pool.
Man, that's a nice pool. Looks like you could have some fun in
There we
that
go.
pool.
It is a nice pool, and
Oh,
the man has put a lot into keeping the damn thing going. It's not easy. Like when you have unstable ground.
What is that?
Somebody decided it was a good idea to throw a live chicken in with my dog.
Oh.
They nicked it from allotments in back
It
alleys.
was a bait chicken.
Yeah. They stole it from allotments in our backs and chucked it in my garden with my dog in it.
That
So-
was smart. Okay, well, I guess that'll pass.
That's not too graphic, is it? It's not too bad.
It's just a chicken.
No, you're
Yeah. I wouldn't. If there was a dog or cat and there's any snarling, I go straight outside and I am pulling him back inside. I will not allow him near another dog.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's just civil trouble for you if you do.
Is that a pit bull?
No, he's a staffy.
Oh, yeah. My dog's a part staff.
Well, in this country, that Staffordshire Terrier is classified as a pit bull.
Yeah, technically.
Which is not
Technically.
fair because he is the most socially adorable thing in the planet.
Unless you're a chicken.
Yeah. I've not seen him actually hurt a dog or a cat. I've seen him dry hump what was it now? A Boston Terrier? It was like this big under him and he couldn't quite reach.
Boston Terrier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just keep him away from
Like
other
this
dogs.
big- I do. If he's outside the gates, he's always on a lead. But on my street, I've got to be very careful because everyone else just lets the dogs go out the gates and all sorts. So I've just got to watch him all the time.
Steve,
Yeah,
you
I
think
saw-
we're going to have baseball this season?
I don't know, man.
I think it
just
starts
don't-
next week, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to, right? There's no hang-ups, aside from the massive, amount of infection with people. But
Steve, if you're
Baseball.
into baseball and baseball teams, are you also into ice hockey?
no, I'm more into just keeping my beer cold. So this could say, the Fajuka Swallows. I wouldn't give a fuck. It's like just keep my beer cold. You know what I'm talking
Do you
about?
don't like the Bruins then?
The Bruins?
Yeah, Boston
Boston?
Bruins. Yeah,
They're good. Zdeno Chara, he's the man. I know the bees. They're good. They're good. They're all right.
Isn't ice hockey more Canada, eh?
Mhm. It is.
Well,
But the St. Louis Blues, you're
That's
probably you're a Blues fan, right? Right.
I mean,
Abe?
I'm not, I was excited last year when they won the cup, but, am I do I follow them every year? No. Cardinal baseball, though, I do. I'm a big Cardinal fan.
Oh, Cardinals, yeah.
Biscuit vapes. It used to be big over here about 5 years ago when we had like Manchester Storm and all the other teams, and then it disappeared.
It was never big. It just happened here.
Right.
No, it was big. I used to go watching them.
It wasn't football big.
Well, I mean, that's.
And in America, it wasn't baseball big.
Baseball is not that popular anymore here.
NFL,
football,
American football.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
I'm talking about soccer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's not very big here. Although we just got a what do you call it? A big franchise soccer team here.
You sound excited about them. What's the name?
Soccer.
What's the name?
I have no idea. Soccer is just exhausting, man. You run from one end to the other. It's like one time, and I'm like done. I'm like, dude, where's my smokes at? You know.
I'm sorry, but Americans can't say shit when they play rugby in armor.
Yeah, but it's not the same, right? I always used to think that, right? I went out to America and I went, American football is rugby and armor, but it's not, because they don't use it as armor. They use it as a bloody weapon, and you smash it into someone as hard as you possibly can. It's more brutal than rugby. It's more dangerous than rugby.
To rugby, Chris. Doncaster's rugby team is Doncaster Knights. I sent you a message.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, Doncaster Knights. I mean, I obviously, being my hometown, Wigan, you know, I'm a bit biased on any rugby team, but I will watch American football, and it doesn't matter what team, Packers, whatever. I'll watch it because it is the most brutal sport. And if you don't think American football is brutal until you've watched a couple of games, you know, rugby league has got nothing on it. It's just dangerous.
It's different. I mean, there are individual hits in rugby. Like, they're rare, but when guys are crossing the field and they just get caught wide open, that they get absolutely destroyed. But that happens every single play on American football. Like, these guys are just running into each other, full blast. The running backs put their shoulder forward and try to catch people right in the jaw. I mean,
well, the only difference
in rugby, we go for the ankles rather than the big body. Whatnot. We don't fear people.
They changed the rules, didn't they, Biscuit Vapes? Because you used to be able to do a handoff. So you could run, put your arm out like this, and just smash the other player in the face, as hard as you wanted.
I mean, when I think I was 14, I trained with a minor squad called Blackburn Rovers that was like it was a child's kind of rugby practice thing, and I went to like games with them and practice with them. I was a prop, and that got quite brutal, even as children's rugby.
Well, you were a prop and I was second row, so I just got myself battered every week.
I was always big, so obviously prop were perfect for me. But when I played football for my school, I was obviously put in goal, and we went. When I was in primary school, I was put in goal, and I basically won the game. There were fucking kicks coming towards me, fucking trying, and they never got past me. I just fucking used my entire body to stop them, and we won.
That's why you wanted to be in America and doing ice hockey. Smaller goal, big guy.
Yeah. Slower though. I was slower.
Doesn't matter, mate.
Exactly.
I'm very unproficient on ice as well. I don't like ice at all. I used to play in my what's it called, comprehensive school on grass hockey, on AstroTurf.
Yeah. High
That
school.
was- that was fun.
Field hockey.
Field hockey was very fun, yeah. Kicking sand in people's face.
Field hockey was good, but I mean, I'd done ice hockey a few times, and the first time didn't go so well. I broke my wrist within about 5 minutes of playing. Never ice skated before.
I much prefer field hockey because you get that hooked hockey stick, and you can whip up the ball and smash it into a goal. It's fun as fuck.
Well, there's one. I think America do it now. I'm not sure, but France used to do it. Lacrosse. Did you do lacrosse in America, Smoke Steve?
Yeah, they have it here. They call it LAX lacrosse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's like a cross between ice hockey and hockey, but with grass and a big stick, and you all just lob it at each other.
When I ever hear lacrosse, Archer comes to mind. You know, the animated series Archer?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Because he was in lacrosse team in series, wasn't he? That's what comes to mind when I hear lacrosse with fucking net thing that you fling at people.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, lacrosse is I never played it, but it seems hardcore as fuck, man. I mean, it seems nasty, you know?
Well, you're definitely built like a football player.
Mm-hmm.
Say what?
He's built like a Smoke Steve is built like a football
American football player, you mean?
Yeah. You can see his shoulders.
If it was our football, it is a bit too stocky to be a football player.
No, not your football.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. What were you? Did you play? Yeah.
No, I was actually more of a collegiate wrestler. That level.
Oh, you did wrestling. Oh,
Yes.
right.
That is correct.
Well, that's a good sport.
It is. It taught me a lot. I learned a lot. I learned how to be humble. I learned how to get beat and what it takes to beat the people that can beat you. Because if you don't get ever beat, you're never going to know what it's like to lose. And that's the most important thing, I think. When it comes to combat and fighting, you have to lose to know what it's like, you know?
I'll tell you what my favourite sport was. It's not exactly a big sport, but my favourite was javelin.
Javelin?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
In year 12, I won by a good 50 meters. I was so impressed with myself.
50 meters? What are you, some kind of a fucking freak? Jesus.
I won by 50 meters.
I know. I got it. So you were throwing.
The thing is, they chose like 6 kids in my lower school, like not Olympic, but you know, like sports day team. And I was the biggest guy there, and I just pelted it and used my entire body weight to launch it as far as I could. And the other guys were really scrawny, so they just couldn't get the heavy javelin far enough. There was only going like 20 meters, and I got it like 75 meters.
Nice.
Well, we used to have a teacher, right? You'll know, but Smoke Steve probably won't know. Do you ever watch a movie when you're in like 15, 16 called Kes?
Yeah, I've seen Kes.
Right. We had a teacher, and he was exactly like the teacher from Kes. He was Mr. Knowles, and he was a sports teacher, but he was also a maths teacher, and he was an absolute nightmare. And he took us on the field at the back of the school, and he had a javelin.
Nefarious.
He had a javelin, right? And he gave us this javelin, and he said, throw this javelin. And he stood in the middle of the field thinking, no one's going to get anywhere near us. And I launched this javelin, and it landed about a foot away from him. And he looked at it, and he picked it up, and he brought it back, and he went, right, okay, Go again, but this time he stood behind us. I was so aiming for him. I just wished it would have just gone whoop.
Did you ever hear the story of the school sports thing where the kid pulled back with a javelin and stabbed his teacher in the face?
Oh no! Well,
did you know that was back when I did it? I was like, saw on news that some kid had done that on a sports day. They'd fucking pulled back and stabbed the teacher in the face by accident with javelin.
Oh.
With the back of it?
With the back of the javelin, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, they got to take more javelin precautions.
It should have been at least 20 foot behind the kid. What the fuck were he doing? Right behind him. Kid fucking pulls back and smacking face. They were asking for it.
Right.
Oh yes, Morgan. I have watched Warrior and it's fucking awesome.
Well, I'm going to have to bail, lads, because I am up in the morning for a run, and then I am going out with my sister and the kids and having a walk around basically a local bird sanctuary. So
nice.
You all have a good evening, and I'll catch up with you next week.
All right,
Chris.
See you next week, buddy.
See you, buddy. Say hi to your sister.
Will do.
All right, Biscuit. I think that's it, buddy.
Well, we've had nearly 3 hours, I suppose. I'll just down this before I go to bed.
Yeah. You want to down it on camera? We can keep it going till the down is down. Oh, boom. There she goes.
It's gone.
All right, buddy. Thank you for coming on. We'll see you possibly next week. We keep it going, right?
100% next week.
All right, man. Take care, brother.
See you later, Steve.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, all. Thank you for being here.
Oh,
Morgan, PB, everybody else in the chat. You're all wonderful.